FM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs won their second straight and now sit at 15-6 with a 114-112 victory over Orlando. De'Aaron Fox led the way with 31 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists, while Dylan Harper added 16, 5, and 5. They get busy again tomorrow night in Cleveland, taking on the Cavs. In the NFL, tonight the Cowboys play again, taking on the Lions in Detroit. Kickoff is set for 7:15. You can catch the Cowboys broadcast on 94.1. The Cowboys are going to be without left tackle Tyler Guyton and quarterback Trayvon Diggs, while Jadeveon Clowney and Malik Hooker are questionable for tonight's game. Speaking of the Cowboys, the results are in. The Chiefs' Thanksgiving Day game shattered viewership records with 57.23 million viewers, becoming the most watched regular season game in NFL history. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How we doing? It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in. I'm your old pal, AJ.
I want to talk about prepping till the last minute.
I mean,
that
listen,
was us, man.
That's us. We're grinders.
Until the last second.
We're on the grind, baby. On the grind. I'm AJ. That's Rob. Good morning, Robert.
Hey, rise and grind.
Rise and grind.
Rise and grind. I got to take it. Hold on.
Rise and grind.
Got a grind photo. We got to go
Selfie.
JJ Watt.
That's right.
Prove that I'm doing it.
Oh, boy. You can't grind right now.
Oh, I can grind with the best of
No,
them.
you can't.
I got a ground meat knee.
This is what the worst part, I think, about, like, for me, I'm dealing with aging in a way that I'm not comfortable with. I am now 45 years old, and I've become frustrated by the fact that my beard is now gray. And so I've, like, experimented with not having a beard, and I don't like that.
You're in stage one.
And I'm you know, listen, Rob, I was bald in my 20s, so I'm like.
The gray beard is a stage one of the admission of age, because you get gray long before you think you should be gray. I mean, everybody feels so.
So it doesn't feel right to me, but right. I was like, you know what, man? Screw it. Yeah. I'm just going to be a dude with a gray beard.
Own it.
And that's what I am now. Now, you have there's a pride in you.
There is.
That you just won't let go. And it's funny, like, you stand on the sideline. With me, it's like, oh, gray beard, just own it. Meanwhile,
this is more significant.
This
is an admittance of my body is given out. That I have used it up.
That's happened to all of us. I mean, I've had 3 surgeries on the same knee. That's why you're in stage one. You're going to be in the same stage I am. It's coming. Listen, I'm fully aware. I probably will be in that stage. But you are. I don't know if it's pride or if it's. It's almost like I don't know. Are you embarrassed that your knee is bad?
Well, there's a lot going on. This has been something that's been hanging over my head for years, that I knew it was coming, and it's now imminent. I mean, but there's still the thought that I can still squeeze 6 more months out of it. That's just part of my mentality. I'm going to use whatever I've got till the very bitter end. I use the last squeeze of toothpaste. I use shampoo. When I'm running out of detergent, I put water in the bottle. I bought it. I'm going to use it all.
Well, let's remember when your battery was dying and it would just randomly not start. You refused to get a new battery until it was just like completely dead.
I'm not saying what I'm doing is intelligent. It's just, it's something in me. And it's that. And I also know that this isn't like, okay, I'll admit that there's a problem. Once I'm into this, it becomes it's a 6-month commitment.
Yes.
And I'm trying to forestall the 6 month from beginning to back to where I'm reasonably in a normal place. I'm trying to put that off as long as possible.
Okay, so the deal is, like, Rob's walked around for the last couple days, and randomly his knee just stops working.
Yeah,
and like
he
he'll
wants to throw me to the floor.
Yeah, he'll give out, and he's got to grab onto the wall. And
I don't like talking about this at all. I've got the heebie-jeebies.
I feel like what he's the most against is having a knee brace. Like he was like, I know what they're going to do. They're going to tell me to put on a knee brace.
Well, no, the doc has already told me.
And you're like, I'm not going to wear a knee brace.
Tuesday. And he was like, well, I'll prescribe you this brace, like some kind of knee lock brace, so you don't fall down. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to. You can prescribe. I'm not going to go pick it up. I'm not going to wear it.
You would rather fall down. And this is what's going to happen. You're going to fall down in public. Like,
no,
you think it's embarrassing to wear a knee brace. No, embarrassing is falling down in public because your knee stopped working.
Knee brace out on the outside of my pants guy. I'm just not going to be that guy.
Put it inside your pants.
I don't think, well, from what I appear to see, I won't be able to wear it inside pants. It seems to be pretty big.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see.
Wear sweatpants.
Yeah. I mean, I know that's a.
In the words of Marcellus Wallace, that's pride.
It is
with you.
It is. But I know this. It's like anything else. It's a slippery slope. Once I do this, I'm in. Once I take that step, it's the exit ramp. I'm telling you, and I'm just trying to forestall it until they go, you know what? There is no other thing to do but this. And at that point, I'm 100% in. But until that, I'm 100% out.
Now, part of me understands that because I have my right shoulder, on top of my knee being bad, my right shoulder's also shot. I've got a torn rotator cuff, a torn labrum, and a torn bicep tendon that I've had for going on 10 years.
And you're going to put it off until the pain sits to the point where you can't deal with it.
But
that's going to be me.
With a shoulder, the doctor was like, hey, man, if you have a shoulder surgery at age 35, you're going to have one at age 45.
Well, you're
going to have one at age 55 and age 65.
That was the mentality with the knee. Because first it was the weight. Take the weight off, and then we'll do it. And then when I took the weight off, they go, well, let's kind of help your knee. We can do it with other stuff, PRP and that chicken head stuff, and we did everything.
Chicken head stuff.
That salicylic acid stuff. I don't know how you say it, but that injectable.
Is it from the?
It's stuff that is harvested from the coxcomb of a chicken.
Okay.
And it's like lube for your knee.
Okay.
And they inject it in there. So I did that but I've done everything. I'm out of the Band-Aids.
You need the old school.
It is now time to remove and replace is where we finally hit. So I'm at that wall, and I'm just trying to forestall it until the bitter end, because I know once I do it, then I'll get one done, and then there'll be another done. So then it'll be a year. And I'm putting it off for as long as possible.
But also, I mean, I've seen you almost fall like twice in the last.
Once I get to that point, I'll know. I will know.
You'll know. I mean, you know now.
Well, no, I'm not there yet.
Because you didn't fall all the way down?
I didn't go all the way down. I'm still salvageable.
Okay. I don't think this is a good idea.
I'm not sure. I didn't say. Don't judge me.
This is you waiting to be stranded on the side of the road.
I can sense it in your tone. He's judging me.
I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help. I'm trying to just say, hey, man, there's wearing a knee brace.
And here's the other thing.
What's so bad about wearing a knee brace?
Nothing. There's nothing. It's just my vanity.
Would you rather have a cane?
Maybe if it was a cool one.
Okay.
If it had like a snake head or something.
Okay.
but that's a temporary fix. But you and I
Rob
have
for
both
Christmas, snake, cobra head,
some kind of badass cane. Yeah. I would be down with that for any reason. But you and I have also gone through more than once the rehab process.
Yeah, it sucks.
And after you've gone through it a couple times, you're like, I'm never going to do that again. Yeah. I hate it. I'd just soon not have to deal with it. Because, when you get to the point when you see your physical therapist in the parking lot and you're about to hit him with your car because you know the pain he's about to inflict on you, that, I dread the thought of going through rehab again because I've done it enough times to where I know that the effort required is just ridiculous. And so that's another thing I'm kind of putting off because I know what it takes.
Well,
and I'm a coward. And then there's the whole.
I don't know. I think it's vanity much more than it is cowardice.
It is going to be the end of me is the vanity. I know that's what it is.
Like the idea that you're like, I'm not going to wear a knee brace. Like you would rather.
That's an admittance of weakness. It is to me. And that's the hardest thing. The admittance of like, man, I need help. And that's my generation. It's the way I was raised.
But when you stop and like brace yourself on the
yeah,
wall,
but I
what
can
is that?
Still freaking do it, can I? I'm still doing it. Don't help me till I actually need help. And then all I ask is call 911.
Listen, Edwin, I want you to be with me on this. When Rob falls down in the studio.
Well, there's only you're the only dude in this building that could. I'm not a small man.
Okay.
We're talking about a pretty healthy 6'4", 235, 230 dude, man. So
I'm not going to help you up.
See what I mean? I'm
going to stand over you and I'm going to say, "Hey, man,
it's your fault.
Hey, it's I know you're too proud to accept my help, so I'm just going to step over you."
I'll be like, just give me a minute. Just let me catch my breath. Just give me a minute. I'll be all right. I'll walk it off.
And then Rob's going to be in a wheelchair the next day. That's how it's going to be. Rob's going to have like a wheelchair attached to the back of his car, like one of those
with a little crane.
Yeah.
I want the one where I can actually just drive my wheelchair into the driver's seat.
I mean, yeah, that could be. You got to get a minivan for that, I think.
I've seen a pickup that can do
even a full-size van.
I could do that, but that's a long way down the road.
You worry me, Robert. You worry me.
You hold on to the bitter end. Thompson, man.
I hope that I hope that when I'm your age, I'm not so proud that I'm just going to be like, well, I'll just let it go until it.
I'm not letting it go. I'm paying very close attention.
What's your wife say about it?
My wife says, I get the same thing at home, man. This isn't my first defense.
So the two people you spend the most time with, me and your wife, are both telling you, hey, this is bad.
Yeah.
And you just say, I'm going for it.
It was a huge step for me just to call the doctor.
Okay.
That tells you the state that I am now in. I'm in the end stages. I'm in the return to orbit, remove all the things that could burn up. Go under the knife, man. I know it's coming.
Oh, gosh.
And then here's the other thing. And honestly, I mean, we got the Super Bowl around the corner. I'd like to put that off after that.
But then you're like, oh, but the Final Four.
I mean, yeah, I could find a reason. But that's kind of a signpost event.
What if they don't? I mean, they might not even invite us to the Super Bowl.
I can for sure it if I go under. You know, at least I can assure myself that there's no way I could do it if I haven't.
That's true. They're already not letting us go to Army Navy.
Yeah. That's not them, though.
I blame them.
Well, there's them.
I blame the man.
Us, and they're not us. So yeah,
I blame the man.
Them's it's their fault. But yeah, there's a very kind of specific time frame that I had kind of aimed for that was between Super Bowl and training camp.
Okay.
So but what is the
Super Bowl and training camp,
which is like surgery in March was what I was trying to aim.
That's
for.
what you're trying to hold out.
That's what I was trying to.
Well, listen.
My mind.
If you want to have surgery in March, you probably need to start prepping for it now.
Well, I think I'm prepping for it on a daily basis.
Okay, but if the doc says put on a knee brace until March, that's out of the question.
Well, we haven't had that conversation yet.
Okay,
I'm working on my.
I just can't imagine. Like you'd rather potentially fall.
Well, there's a potential for a lot of stuff.
Okay,
and there's some risk that I'm willing to assume.
All right. Well, listen, there's that's crazy. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. Spurs win again. We talked about that yesterday. What a weird point spread that the Spurs were 8.5-point underdogs to the Magic. I didn't get that at all. They proved that they maybe shouldn't have been underdogs at all to the Orlando Magic. So Spurs get a win. We'll talk about that. Cowboys with a Thursday night football game tonight. And I don't want to say it's like it's not a playoff game because both teams, if they lose, there's still a path, although a very, very bleak path for the Cowboys if they were to lose. But this is maybe an elimination game. It's as close to an elimination game as you can get this time of year. And in fact, there's quite a few of those games in the NFL this weekend that we can talk about as well. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we just cleared that trouble spot on 281 southbound before sunset. That accident now gone. 35 southbound, the connector to westbound 90 on the south side. Got a brand new trouble spot here. This wreck has the right lane of the connector ramp closed. And we've still got this 18-wheeler accident on the west side. 151 eastbound approaching 90. Both main lanes are closed. They're still forcing traffic to exit at 36th Street. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Bobo, how many affiliates do we have?
66.
Do you think that's right, or are you guessing?
He's guessing.
Well, we pick them up, we move them, we drop them,
They drop us. But we normally get kicked off. When we have a problem with the station, it's the first day.
We don't always get our show canceled, but when we do, it happens pretty quick.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs, from quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options. Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Get a quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads, great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage, weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans, also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke? Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J.Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care, and here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are part of healthcare sharing now because it just makes so much sense right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline's December 15th. Call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Edwin. Where the hood at? Where the hood at? Where's it at?
San Antonio.
The ghettos.
No. You know where the hood at?
Stone Oak.
Oh.
The ghettos of Indian Springs.
Listen, guys.
The hard scrabble streets
Y'all don't know
of
about
Stone Oak.
Y'all don't know about where I come
Mean
from.
streets of Stone Oak and Encino Park.
Y'all don't know where I come from.
And Alamo Heights.
The ghettos of Encino Park. We know where you're from.
I am going tomorrow to the Alamo Heights and Bernie football match.
Oh, my God. Well, make sure you bring the right flavor of wine.
Oh, I'm going to bring pepper spray just in case.
That'll be embarrassing.
Just in case.
Don't bring white to a tailgate. It's embarrassing.
My best childhood friend, his nephew, is the quarterback at Bernie.
At Bernie?
Yeah. So apparently they're pretty good. And he's pretty good.
Looks like it. And the Heights is that's a good football. It might be the best in town this weekend.
So there we go, baby. We're going to the rock pile. I've never been to a game there, so it's a big one for me.
A little bit of history.
My first high school football game since I've lived here in San Antonio. I normally avoid high school football games.
It's going to be a packed house.
Quite frankly, I don't like high school football. I know when you're a local radio guy, you're supposed to say,
why do you not like it?
I don't know, because it's
not precise enough.
There's better things for me to watch.
Really? I mean, but anyway.
Same reason
I'm not one to talk. I didn't go to a game this year. So.
Same reason I don't like lady basketball. Quite frankly,
Well,
it's a lesser product than what I can get. Same reason I don't watch the USFL or whatever the hell it is.
Different.
Why?
Because there's more to the high school football game than just being great.
Okay. I mean, I guess, but at what point do you draw the line? Like the pageantry of junior high football?
Well, you go to a junior high football game for an entirely different reason than you go to a high school game, then you go to a college, and then or to a pro. And at pro, I expect certain things. In high school, I expect certain things. And in junior high, too. But normally, I'm related in some way to the players.
Would you go to the high school game if you weren't working it and you didn't have a friend or family member playing?
Well, I go to high school basketball games that way.
Really?
I'll go just sit in the stands to watch the teams, yeah.
Oh, my God. What happens if your knee gives out walking down the stands?
That's why I get a press pass. They let the old fat press dude
sit on the floor. Row. Yeah. All right. So I'll be making my San Antonio high school debut.
Go there. You got
on Friday.
Get yourself a sausage wrap and a chili and a Frito pie.
What color costumes does Bernie wear?
They're purple. They're Greyhounds.
Okay.
And Alamo Heights is kind of a blue, kind of a Rams, kind of a blue and yellow.
If I were to wear the same shirt that I wear to my son's football games,
that purple would be the ideal color. Yes.
Okay,
they
that's
are.
what I'm gonna do then.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna be a Greyhound.
I'm gonna be a Greyhound for the day. Yeah, I'm Team Bernie. Go Bernie.
We had about 2 years ago on a show. We drafted Bernie. They're officially part of San Antonio.
Okay.
So,
I mean, that seems fair.
Yeah. I mean, there's some we didn't Divine. You're on your own.
Oh.
And one of those things. But we took Bernie in.
I think the rule is if you have to find out what's the distance between the city center and Bernie, and if you want Bernie, you have to take everything in that circle.
No, we gerrymander here. There's some areas that
we're just gonna cut around you.
Really.
I'm guessing most of your cutting came on the south and east side.
No, there's some fine problem down by Lavernia. Lavernia is a proud part of San Antonio. We drafted them.
Okay.
Now Adkins, screw those guys.
Interesting. Okay. Now, imagine you go further out and circle a suburban area and then take away the part that's closer. Yeah, no, not bad.
No, like Hondo, yes. Castroville, no. Strange. It didn't really. We hopscotch like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. The San Antonio Spurs get a big dub last night, 114-112 on the road in Orlando, and the final score a little closer than the game itself was.
There's always a run, and they got it late.
They made their run late, but this was another. I don't want to say they cruised to another win, but it
didn't feel hard.
It looked like pretty much every other win since Wemby's been gone. It was the De'Aaron Fox show, and spin the wheel. Who's going to step up and play better than you have been playing? This time it landed on Devin Vassell and Champagny and Luke Cornett, at least on the defensive end, with a big save at the end, doing his best Wemby impression.
Pretty impressive, man.
So it was a team effort, and it was there was no Olynyk last night, which was a little weird. It was a very small lineup because no Olynyk and no Biyombo.
Right, and I appreciated the way that Sohan played, but the activity that Cornett brought all night long was ridiculous. I mean, he was a part of every major play.
Yeah,
he was. When there was a play that was required and he was on the court, he played a role. And that's a pretty impressive thing to say about a dude that has nothing called for him.
And it was kind of nice that I mean, I say it's kind of nice. There was no Paolo Banchero in this game, which means you can play a little bit differently against this team than you could otherwise. So having a bunch of bigs rotate in and out isn't a big deal because they don't really have that to worry about. It was the usual suspects playing well for Orlando. Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs both had really good games.
Suggs is a really good.
He's gotten so good, man.
He really is good.
There were people who were like, he's just a college player. And then, and you know what? His first 2 years, he looked like maybe he just wasn't ready. And
physically, he wasn't ready. But you look at him now, that's a grown-ass man who can play some good. That's a talented team when they get Banchero. And I'm not trying to be, backhanded because we rolled in there and beat them. That's a good team. And they had a bad night last night. But you know what? I was trying to figure out where watching the game last night in the fourth quarter. We're not there yet, but there's this imminence coming. There, when you see a good team to a great team, there's always an imminence to a victory. Like you can just sense, unless something weird happens, this team's going to win the game. I don't know, there might be something that might alter it, a strange call, an injury, or a miracle shot kind of stuff that might change the dynamic of the game. But for the most part, when you get to a point in the season, there's an imminence to teams. You just know they're going to have to screw things up to lose it. And the Spurs aren't there yet, but you're starting to get that sense, middle of the third quarter, where everything Orlando tried didn't work. Now, there was a run that eventually came, and everything.
And the run was caused by the same thing most Spurs opponents' runs are caused by turnovers.
Yeah.
The Spurs were, again, sloppy with the ball last night.
Lackadaisical, and they got beat down court late. Remember when Mitch had to call a timeout because they got real lazy and Suggs just pranced down court and got a layup? Those are the things that young teams do. But even with that quick timeout, it just felt like we're almost to the point where other teams are going to start realizing that if we don't keep this thing close, if we don't do everything now, and I'm talking about the middle of the third quarter, we're not going to win this game. And we've only got about 10 minutes of play time to really kind of define where this game is going to go, because if it's close or even with 5 minutes to go, this Spurs team's not going to let you out. They're not going. They're good enough now to keep their foot on your throat. And we're not there yet, but I'm starting to get that sense that when we do get fully complemented, when everybody's there, that we're going to become one of those imminent teams that if we don't own this game in the third and kind of show that we got some mettle, the fourth's going to get out of hand.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma City is preeminent at that.
Yeah, no, you're right. That probably is the best thing about them. Well, I still think the best thing about Oklahoma City is they play every game like it's a game 7. Like
yes, there's an imminence,
it feels
man.
like they have to win, and they play like they could be playing the Hornets on a Tuesday night, and they act like they are playing the 97 Bulls.
Well, and some of that is reputation. Some of that is they don't have to play that hard to scare the hell out of somebody because they're that good. So you can kind of coast and turn it on and up and down. You can't turn it off and on, but you can adjust the thermostat. And Oklahoma City understands, and other teams also realize that if this is even at any time left on the clock, we're going to lose this game.
I do worry a little bit for the Spurs tomorrow. You go first of all, the travel starts to catch up with you. So you played Tuesday night here in San Antonio. Wednesday night you were at Orlando. Then Friday night you're in Cleveland. That's a lot of travel for a young team that's shorthanded as it is.
9 games in 18 days, brother.
Yeah,
that's unprecedented. That's crazy. That's old NBA stuff.
And last night you played against a team that does not have a lot of size. Cleveland has a lot of size. That's a big team.
They're the second biggest team in the league. They can roll out 21 feet of front line.
Yeah, so they're going to be a handful. There is no Jared Allen, which I guess maybe
that's only 19 feet of front line.
That helps a little bit, but you are going to have to figure out an Evan Mobley, and you got a couple guards in Darius Garland and Lonzo Ball who are going to make it tough on your guards.
Yeah, we're going to have to be quick on the perimeter tonight.
Well, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're going to have to be quick on the perimeter, defend the edges, because that's where the assault is coming.
And that doesn't even bring up Donovan Mitchell, who's their best player and is going to be a problem no matter what. If the Spurs turn the ball over 19 times against Cleveland, they're going to lose.
Yes.
And they'll probably lose convincingly.
Well, and I will attribute about 6 of those turnovers last night to those were self-inflicted stupid things. Other ones were sins of commission. They were trying to do things because, heck, we're winning. It's easy to try to take a shot when you're up by 7 that you might not take when it's tight. And they were taking some of those shots or trying to make passes to get to those shots that were dumb.
All right, we'll continue talking Spurs on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we just cleared that trouble spot on 281 southbound before sunset. That accident now gone. 35 southbound, the connector to westbound 90 on the south side. Got a brand new trouble spot here. This wreck has the right lane of the connector ramp closed. And we've still got this 18-wheeler accident on the west side. 151 eastbound approaching 90. Both main lanes are closed. They're still forcing traffic to exit at 36th Street. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportsstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportsstar.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Gifting, decorating, or treating yourself. It's Lowe's December deal drops for the win. Get up to 50% off select holiday decor. Plus, get up to 40% off select tools and accessories. Shop Lowe's December deal drops today. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Kinetico water softener, but getting all those Kinetico units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Kinetico wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Kinetico. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, and $400 off when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
License number 38961. Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Discover the newest place to play at Top Golf New Braunfels. Opening this Friday, December 5th at 427 Creekside Way in the New Braunfels Town Center at Creekside. This no golf knowledge needed experience is for everyone and is all about bringing more play and more fun to the players. Top Golf New Braunfels will feature new games, new food and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay every Monday through Thursday. Join the Blitz live Monday, December 8th from 2 to 6 for all your Monday night football action. Come play around at Top Golf New Braunfels.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give.
Yes!
And receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are part of healthcare sharing now because it just makes so much sense right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline's December 15th. Call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
The Gomez Law Firm is the firm that San Antonio turns to for personal injury law. We have Jose from the Gomez Law Firm here with us. With over 1,200 5-star Google reviews, the Gomez Law Firm is proud of the winning record and results that are attached to these reviews.
We encourage people to go online and look at our review because we want to make sure that you feel comfortable choosing the right attorney. And we assure you, you go to Google and look up our reviews, you're going to be satisfied.
It's important to hire an attorney you can trust, and the reviews speak for themselves. The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted provider of personal injury law since 1973.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
The Gomez Law Firm continues to fight for our San Antonio community, and the results matter. If you've been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then contact them today at joegomezlaw.com. That's joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at the Root Pub, 281 and Redland Road, because the Cowboys play the Detroit Lions. No better place to watch that than the Root Pub. We'll visit with Sean Merriman, former NFL player. We're talking about Dallas and Detroit. And is this Giannis rumor true? Could he be coming to San Antonio?
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, 6:40 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1. The Spurs are in that range of basically every team that's a playoff caliber team right now in the West, not called Oklahoma City. They currently sit as the 4 seed, sitting at 15-6. The Lakers are 5 games out. The Rockets, Spurs, Nuggets, all 5.5.
Now,
Timberwolves 7.5.
The Timberwolves, because that's right, the 7.5.
That's your playoff teams right now.
Of all the teams, who obviously Oklahoma City is sustainable. That's expected to continue at that level. Do you think all of this is sustainable? Is this the early? Can we judge this at the quarter pole? And that's kind of where we are now of the season.
Okay.
Do you feel like the 4th seed is a sustainable place for the Spurs?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Would you have thought that when the season began?
No.
So,
I would have thought they'd be closer to where Minnesota is,
right?
Or even like a notch below, like Phoenix and Golden State trying to fight their way into the playoffs. So yeah, no, man, everything you get right now is gravy from San Antonio. Don't get me wrong. I think they are. It's funny because I said coming into this year, I'm tired of saying like it's about to happen. Like it needs to happen,
right?
And now it's happening. So this is exactly what needed to happen.
The happening was, a play-in. And that seems silly then, and now it seems absolutely distant. Now playing, heck, if we as
a play-in would be a disappointment.
It would be an utter disappointment. Somebody, something happened if it ends up that way, because like we talked about, there's this imminence to this team. They're almost to a point where they're going to be favored in 70% of the games they play, kind of stuff.
Because when you look at the top 6, Oklahoma City, I think we can agree is pretty sustainable.
Head and shoulders.
The Lakers, who, I would have said no, but the Lakers are now where they're at 15-5, and they're finally healthy. They got to 15-5 not being healthy.
And I agree. What you just said can also be said in reverse, because they're not deep. So of all the teams I look at and go, is this sustainable for the next 60 games or 50 some odd games? They look like the team that, if one blowout happens, one little injury, the trickle effect on that team could be, 6 straight losses or 6 out of 10 losses just because they don't got the dudes. So that's the one team that isn't, they're scary as hell right now, but can they sustain this? Because they're getting extraordinary play from Austin Reeves. I mean, he has been just a ridiculous improvement, and he's been a steady improvement. I don't know if it's a surprise to them. It is to me that he's played at this level so consistently. But after him, where is this all coming from? There's the chances of LeBron being a consistent contributor,
But you know what? As long as 2 of those 3 guys are on the floor, they're probably good enough to.
That's the thing. Can Austin Reeves sustain? Can the Hachimuras of the world continue to play a little bit above their pay grade? And if they can, let's give credit where it's due. I think Reddick's a hell of a coach. I think he's really kind of got this team where they need to play and how they need to play under Luka instead of the gravity that LeBron's always going to offer, no matter whether he's playing well or on the bench.
The Rockets are 14-5. They've won 8 of their last 10. Amin Thompson has taken to playing point guard a lot better than I would have thought he would.
That's my other. Is that sustainable?
I was not a buyer in the Rockets coming into the season because they lost Van Vliet, but this is also a really talented team. They were the 2 seed last year. Like they're clearly good, and they have arguably the best coach in the Western Conference.
I would say Udoka has earned that. But now, realistically, though, do you think the rest of the Western Conference, I guess maybe because of the imminence of Oklahoma City, really looks at Houston like we're terrified of them? And I don't know if they do.
I don't think if you are one of these if you're the Spurs, what team do you look at that you're terrified of?
Well, just on paper, the Rockets. Shoot, I mean that's a hell of a basketball team. But no,
to me, if I'm
excluding OKC,
that's the Death Star.
Yeah.
Everybody else feels like they're mixed up in a bag, and
But I don't know if we're wrong in that, because if Amin Thompson continues to improve or at least maintain his point guard play, that is a huge physical, fast football. I mean, they're a football team when they roll those guys out.
Obviously, Wemby and Castle being back makes this team a lot different too. I don't think this. I mean, other than the obvious, Oklahoma City, I think on their best night, the Spurs match up with any of these teams, and that includes Denver and who's a champion. I think all of those teams, those 2 through 6, they're all kind of like tough guys in prison. Like, they know they're badass, and they know you're badass.
Eventually,
and sometimes we're just going to have to fight, and we'll see.
Right.
But, other than the Thunder, there's nobody that people are, going out of their way to walk around the yard to stay clear of.
Agreed. And I think the Spurs are new on this block. They're going to – and I think it's getting good to them. It's nice to win on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to put teams in their place. And you could tell – when they walked, they kind of skipped off the court last night because they took one that they know what's in front of them, and it was a good, solid win with a consistency. We talked about it again. It feels so good with De'Aaron Fox with his hands on the ball with 2 minutes to go. It just feels so comforting to have that in your bag.
Then on the other side of the Spurs are the Nuggets, who got a blowout win last night over Indiana. Jamal Murray, 52 points. Coming off of injury, that'll get the job done.
The Spurs embarrassed them the other night.
But the Nuggets are, I think, clearly sustainable.
Oh yeah,
and finally getting healthy. That's maybe the next scariest team in the West. And then after that, I'm not sure how I feel about Minnesota. I think they're the most fragile of the top 6 right now. The thing is, though, when you look at the play-in caliber teams, right now it's Phoenix, Golden State, Memphis, and Portland. I don't trust any of them.
No, that's
Phoenix just lost Devin Booker. We don't know for how long. Golden State's always tough to they're not going to die until they're dead. Memphis is, I don't think, a good team at all. And Portland is, it's a feel-good story. They try real hard, but they're capped by talent. And then the teams at the bottom that actually do have the talent that could get them into it have fallen so far. Like Dallas is so far back now, it'll take a lot to get them in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the Clippers, what a mess.
Yeah.
Although they did win their first game without Chris Paul, we're going to have to talk about that too, by the way. Very odd.
Somebody brought up something last night that we will talk about this regarding Chris Paul that I hadn't considered.
Okay. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll see the latest on Chris Paul. But yeah, to really knock it, into place here, the Spurs where they're at right now is absolutely something they can maintain. And now it's like, can you get to the 2 or 3 seed so you don't have to see the Thunder in round 2? That's all. Because that's what I'm thinking about now. Because if you're 4 or 5, you're basically on the death march.
Yes, you're not going to make it out of a round and get home. But we're a long way from there.
Long way from there. All right, let's take a break. We'll talk about the latest with Chris Paul. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Calling all Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. Game day isn't complete without the right look, and the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need. Whether you're headed to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. Find game day staples like jerseys and hats to fan favorites like hoodies and jackets at any of our 4 convenient locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Huebner Oaks Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
It's Dallas at Detroit, Thursday night football, and the best place to watch the game is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road.
Pre-game with the Blitz live from the Roo Pub from 2 to 6, and stick around to watch the game and show up hungry. You know the food is fantastic.
It's Thursday night, Dallas against Detroit. Start your weekend early with the Blitz live at the Roo Pub from 2 to 6.
Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. See you Thursday at the Roo.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your Happy Plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J. Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Let's get wild.
Let's get wild. Oh, let's get wild. The Clippers have gotten wild. It's all wild. So James Harden came out and said, "This is wild." James Harden and Kawhi Leonard both, quote, shocked when they found out Wednesday that Chris Paul will no longer be their teammate.
They were tired of Chris Paul bitching at him.
The Clippers made the decision to part with Paul after a 3-hour late-night conversation between Lawrence Frank and Chris Paul at the team hotel in Atlanta.
The hotel bar.
And
the sins of a hotel bar.
Yes. And Harden said, "I'm just as confused and shocked as you guys. Definitely surprised me, but not just Chris. It's a lot that we're dealing with, but that is out of my hands. I got to focus on what I got to focus on and what I can control. I guess the front office felt that was the best decision for the organization." Kawhi said, "It was shocking to me. I guess they had a conversation and front office made a decision." Now, there had been reports that Chris Paul and Tyronn Lue don't
one was the coach.
See eye to eye.
One wanted to coach.
He said, and Lue was asked whether Paul's departure helps the Clippers. He said, "I don't think it necessarily helps our team. I mean, I don't think the reason we're 5-16 is because of Chris's play. I just think that it wasn't a good fit for what he was looking for. Do I want to see Chris Paul go out like this? No, I have a lot of respect for him. He's been a friend of mine over the years, and you don't want to see a great go out like this. I'm pretty sure he'll find something because he's a great player, but I didn't want to see it end like this."
Have you noticed that nobody's waving goodbye to Chris Paul? That there's no
Derek Jeter, like people bringing him presents all the time?
Yeah, there's no halftime highlight, give him a rocking chair and a gold watch and thank you for all you've done for the league and us. There's none of that. Chris Paul does not have a great reputation amongst most of the NBA guys.
Chris Paul is a difficult teammate to have.
Difficult guy. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing because he has expectations, and great teams have guys like that. But I find it interesting that no matter where he's left, most people are happy he's gone.
You know, I do want to –
except San Antonio.
I do want to say something about that on the other side because I know exactly why Chris Paul isn't beloved. We'll talk about that on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
6 for 6, and the Aggies have the lead.
Your home for Aggies football. KTFM Floresville.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I've got to stop this Fortnite stuff with my third grader. It's a game. It's called Fortnite. Every third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh grader in the world is addicted to this thing, and you run around killing people. And when you control your kid's behavior with the power cord of the Xbox, if you don't do that, we're going to take your power cord away again. No! I'll kill you!
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Have an easy holiday only at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, plus shipping supplies and services for safe delivery. Don't miss 60% off custom cards, photo gifts, wrapping paper, and more. Visit staples.com/print for details. Staples, that was easy.
Visit Boot Barn today to save on top quality Christmas gifts. We're offering holiday specials right now where you can get $50 off all men's exotic boots, $40 off select women's boots, and 25% off flannels, sweatshirts, and select outerwear for men and women. We're also offering savings on select jeans, workwear, and kids' clothing. Visit us this week and save on top quality Christmas gifts. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí.
Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, turn your military rank into college credit. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Visit umgc.edu/SATX to learn more.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. You're gonna feel a puff of air.
Zhang's Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey, Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Where are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We still have a closure on 151 eastbound, Old Highway 90 to just past 90. Closed with an 18-wheeler accident. Still forcing traffic to exit at 36th Street. They're having a heck of a time getting that 18-wheeler out of there. Traffic still stopped from Hunt Lane, so it's an hour delay. On 281 southbound at Hildebrand, that stall is now off to the shoulder, and another stall at I-10 westbound Wurzbach. Right shoulder blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs won their second straight and now sit at 15-6 with a 114-112 victory over Orlando. De'Aaron Fox led the way with 31 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists, while Dylan Harper added 16, 5, and 5. They get busy again tomorrow night in Cleveland, taking on the Cavs. In the NFL, tonight the Cowboys play again, taking on the Lions in Detroit. Kickoff is set for 7:15. You can catch the Cowboys broadcast on 94.1. The Cowboys are going to be without left tackle Tyler Guyton and quarterback Trayvon Diggs, while Jadeveon Clowney and Malik Hooker are questionable for tonight's game. Speaking of the Cowboys, the results are in. The Chiefs' Thanksgiving Day game shattered viewership records with 57.23 million viewers, becoming the most watched regular season game in NFL history. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Rob and AJ, Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Getting you through on a small Friday.
Yeah.
You like that? You like that?
Love the small
you like that?
Friday. I haven't been here on a Thursday in a minute.
Oh, yeah. Did you stop doing that?
I'll be back on it next week.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I didn't want to carry the show today by myself.
I can only survive one day a week without you.
I'm still a little under the weather. Mostly it's my irritable bowel syndrome.
The IBS. We were talking about this. If you still have Thanksgiving leftovers, it's time for them to go.
Yeah,
if
it's not good for you to
any
have
of that in your house, stop eating the Sammys. It's not good for you anymore. It's just let it go. Let it go.
Make a new turkey if you love turkey that much.
You'll have a Christmas turkey here in 2 weeks. Put it away. Put it away.
Why is turkey only holiday food?
Because it's just such a monumental effort.
Yeah.
Because if you want a small turkey, you just buy a chicken.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I mean, who needs a 20-pound turkey?
I would like a turducken.
You know, I've never made one. I've ordered one out of Louisiana a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
No, I love duck.
I like duck. I like turkey. I like chicken. But the whole thing kind of crammed together just doesn't.
That's what I like about it is when you order it from the Louisiana places, it'll be stuffed with like some kind of boudin or something. I like that.
Yeah, I love that, and I like that part of it. But as a whole, the turducken thing is a little bit overdone.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Because a good turkey is good. That's fine with me.
I mean, I'd be fine with just a stuffed duck.
Duck.
Is there like a Cajun meat market here in town?
I am sure that there is.
Okay.
I can't speak to where, but I can't imagine that there's not a place at least that is accessible that can do some sort of Cajun stuffed something.
Okay.
I know that our good friends over at Tri-County have a pretty good selection of Cajun stuff that they bring.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's manufactured there.
Yeah. I might have to swing by and see what they got working. Duck sounds good for Christmas.
I like Peking. I like smoked, but I've had duck that can be just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Too rich.
I'm like
I know you're
I'm all
like
in
a
on
lion.
It. I'm all in on it. We were talking right before the break about Chris Paul and why Chris Paul is not as highly regarded as a player of his caliber probably should be. And here's my opinion on Chris Paul. And I have a lot of respect for Chris Paul because I do think he is he's a max effort guy.
He's a league guy. Everybody in the league loves him.
In a world where I often question the effort of players, I've never had to question the effort of Chris Paul. I've never had to question if I think Chris Paul cares. Now, here's the thing about it, though, and this is what I call the Bill Belichick principle. The Patriot way, people buy into it and people respect it when it works. When you ask guys to work their ass off and not take breaks and keep working their ass off and not have friends and not have social media and not do any of the fun stuff that all the other guys are doing,
you better win.
And you win, people are like, man, the Belichick way. But when it doesn't work, people get tired of it real fast. And Chris Paul, while I don't know that it's any fault of his, has never won. And his way has never worked.
Never worked.
And he does the kind of things, he is the kind of teammate that makes, it's like if Kobe never won. No one would like playing with Kobe. Like if Kobe expects more of you. Well, if you never win, then who's going to follow that lead?
And it's not like he didn't have chances. I don't hold it that he didn't, because those Lob City teams with the Clippers were right there. It's just a bad time to be that good.
Well, I mean, it was same with the Rockets.
And the Rockets, and then you know what he did with Oklahoma City, the run they did during the bubble times, and he has extraordinary respect amongst those that respect the things that he does. But there's the way that he's gone about it. It has always kind of felt like the barking dog that wasn't going to bite you. That just he was going to yap, 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 yap. But if he charged him, he'd run away. And then he'd yap, 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 yap. And with no success to it. He wasn't going to scare anybody off. He was just going to say and do all the right things. But there was never no bite to the bark.
Yeah.
And I think there's some of that lingering. And a lot of that in his early years, his early Charlotte years, his first team, he was kind of on the edge all the time. He was the young player everybody wanted to punch. You know, he was that kind of dude, and that never kind of wore down.
It's because he was an old man when he was a rookie.
Exactly. That's well said. He was always that guy that nobody ever liked, and he was on teams that they tried to build around him with dudes that also you didn't like, and it never really worked. And now at the end of his career, in the heyday, the golden age, when we should be patting him on the back, he gets kicked out the door. But then that's just kind of the way he's handled his career.
It's such a weird situation the Clippers find themselves in now, because even though he's sent home, whatever that means, sent home to L.A.,
they can't do anything.
There's nothing to be done. So he signed a $3.6 million deal. He can't be traded for 11 days. So December 15th, that's the earliest he can be traded. They can't waive him because the Clippers are $1.3 million below the first apron, and they're not allowed to exceed that in any transaction.
Right.
Which means they are it's impossible for them to sign a replacement. And by league rules, you're not allowed to have fewer than 14 players for 14 consecutive days.
So you think this might have been a knee-jerk reaction late at night?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You think that this might have been something called by a dude that had 3 bourbons and like, all right, dude, you're out.
Beat it. Go home.
Beat it. Wait a minute. There's only 9 teams in the whole league that can even begin to talk to me about him because they actually have a roster spot, because I have to trade. I can't sign. I have to literally trade him to get something back. I can't sign anybody because of the apron.
Why didn't they just say, dude, you're not playing?
That's what I'm saying. This 145 press release tells me there are 5. This was the Jerry and Jimmy breakdown in the hotel bar. Like, screw you, and let's tell the press.
The last option for them is a buyout, but for him to be bought out, a team would have to have a roster spot to
There's
sign
only
him.
like 9 teams in the whole league that actually have a spot.
There's 10.
Oh, 10, all right.
And do you want to know how many of them are not impacted by the luxury tax?
Well, they're all in the same boat the Clippers are. That's why they have an open spot.
There's one team.
Who is it?
The Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, Atlanta. Guess what?
Atlanta Hawks, the only team with an open roster spot that's not impacted by the luxury tax or the apron.
He could help, actually. You know?
Imagine him and Trae Young, like the antithesis of each other.
You know, and I don't want to sound negative about Chris Paul. I think we're just describing a guy who's driven to success in a very unique way.
Yeah.
But in the right circumstance, like with San Antonio, when he's given the responsibility of development and teaching, and, you know, we don't expect anything. We're not trying to get a bunch of wins. We're just trying to get better. He was phenomenal in that role. But you know what? He was given the ball and allowed to be himself because he had a brand new head coach who was really just trying to find his own way. So Chris Paul, I'm sure, filled the room. You know what I mean? Really filled the space as a guy on the court to be kind of the leader. And he accepted that role extraordinarily well. But when you're having to yell at James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, it's very different than yelling at Keldon and Devin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those dogs snap back.
Yeah. All right. We'll continue talking more NBA a little bit later in the show. We've got some Giannis to discuss. There is Giannis drama.
Here we go
once again. Here we go. Start up the who will trade for Giannis discussions once again, and then people get mad because they either want Giannis or they don't want Giannis, and they don't want to give up this guy or they don't want to give up that guy. We don't want to give up anybody good. We'd love to have Giannis, but not for any good players.
You can have my 2035 second-round pick.
Yeah, good luck with that. There is I saw a thing today, and maybe we'll get into that a little bit later. Ranking all 29 teams by likelihood that they would land Giannis.
It's flattering and then it's silly all at the same time.
Yeah,
you know.
And there's some teams that are like number 29 that are like, damn it. And there's some teams that are like number 27 go, good, thank God.
I don't want him. I don't want to deal with it.
So very interesting stuff. We'll talk about that a little bit later. When we come back, though, we got to dig into this Cowboys game tonight. The Cowboys and the Lions. Almost a playoff game. It feels like, anyway. It's a standalone game, and there are a lot of marbles on the table. We'll talk about that coming up next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is your destination for your babies on the holiday season. And right now they've got Black Friday deals that are still in play. If you're looking for deals for daily care, for getaways, just the extra special kind of stuff with great money on it, give them a call today. Head over to Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit and see what I'm talking about. But right now, the holiday specials are still in play as long as there's space. I just want to let you know. But there's only so much space, and they got a lot of it, by the way. We're talking about thousands and thousands of square feet of play area for your dogs, both inside and out. Once you see their kennel situation, it's extraordinary. Their kennels look like our bedrooms. Lots of room, lots of space. They've got the video cameras so you can take a look at your babies throughout the day. They've got tuck-in service and all the extra stuff you'd expect from a pet resort, like training and grooming and all those kind of things. They're open early. They stay open late. They're easy to get to right on 35 outside of 1604 and a hop, skip, and a jump away from the airport. So if you got in-laws, family coming in, don't have quite enough room for the dogs, no, you can take them to a resort and they'll be taken care of and not left out. If you're going to head out of town for the vacation that you've been dreaming of, maybe it's the holidays, maybe it's to go see your alma mater, go play a football game. No, your babies are going to be taken care of up at Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. It's the official pet resort of the Morning Huddle and certainly of the Thompson family. They're going to go spend some time over there, as Sensei and Avery love to head over there. That's Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. Go to mybunkinbiscuit.com for all the details. Head over there and you'll know what I'm talking about. The best pest resort in San Antonio. That's Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. Go there. I know you won't thank me later.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PIPE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PIPE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PIPE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Over 3 million Texans struggle with diabetes. There are neighbors, teachers, doctors and nurses, police officers, and often our family members. Across every walk of life, Texans may be fighting a serious health battle, but there's hope for a cure. Right now, when you make a donation to HelpStopDiabetes.com, Thomas J. Henry will generously match your donation, with all proceeds supporting the American Diabetes Association. Because when we take care of each other, we take care of Texas. Please, make your donation today. Visit HelpStopDiabetes.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I'm a good for a Vegas guy for about a 48-hour Vegas guy, and then I got to.
That's the right amount of time.
Yeah, he's aged appropriately.
That's the right amount of time. I'll tell you what, there's a show sounded awesome. I wouldn't recommend it, though. Thunder from Down Under.
Yeah,
I
you
went
might
in there.
enjoy that.
It sounded awesome at first, and then it was not what I thought it was going to be.
I mean, I might go there to scout. You know,
Yeah, you might find
a tight end.
I'll say this: there's a run stopper there. I saw a guy in a 3-point stance with both his hands on his hips. I don't know how this happened, but I saw that. Coach.
Oh man,
why were you in there?
I told you I wasn't in the wrong place.
I needed the laughter. Hey, I needed the laughter today, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Seriously.
Coach.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I got on this social media algorithm feed that I get nothing but like really hot ass bass players.
Really?
Yeah, like smoking hot lady bass players. There's a lot of them, evidently.
Listen, man. I am. I've got 3 things that come across my.
Well, all of
algorithm.
mine involve large breastises for some reason.
I don't know why.
Know why.
It's MMA. It's the Buffalo Bills, and it's giant boobs.
Which is really all a man needs.
That is my algorithm.
Change the logo and the team, but you hit the Trinity. You hit the 3 most important things in life.
I guess there's also the subcategories. I get a lot of cat videos. I do like cat videos. I do like.
Do you really?
I like possum videos.
Oh.
And I like raccoon videos.
Have you seen the drunken raccoon?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. I am
walk into your business and find a passed out raccoon next to the toilet.
My wife and I continue to have discussions about perhaps adopting a baby raccoon or possum.
No, it's like adopting a monkey.
I know.
A possum.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't kill them. Just don't. They're gross, man.
They're not that gross.
Oh, they're seething with this. Ugh.
They're one of the cleanest animals in the world, actually. They clean themselves constantly.
One time I caught, we were discussing traps, and one time I caught a possum. I walked outside, and a possum was in my trash can, and I just put the lid on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I rolled the trash can out to
the street?
To the street, and sat and looked out the window to see what would happen when the trash guy went to grab the thing. And when he took the lid off the trash can, it was like that possum was shot out of a cannon.
Really?
That possum jumped straight up, boing, right up and hit the street. I lived across the street from Mankey Park. And it hit the road and was in the park, like, gone. And then the garbage man looked over at the house like, you... what I had done.
If I were him, I would have just knocked your can over and left it.
I think he might have, and I would have deserved it.
You would have, absolutely.
Yes, that thing jumped straight up.
I like a possum. They're ugly, but they're good animals.
Raccoons, I think they're pretty cool, but I think they're basically like criminals at heart.
I agree.
You know
with
what
that.
I mean? That they're basically thieves and criminals, and they like being that way.
What's different about that than an orange cat?
Well, kind of the same thing.
Orange
but the
cats
difference is the opposable thumb.
That is a game changer. And that's the same with possums. Did you know they have them?
Yes, that's why they're the negative side of that. The opposable thumb is, once they get that, that's next level stuff.
They are game changers. All right. We got to talk about this game tonight. The Cowboys and the Lions in a game that, while not a playoff game per se, both these teams really need it if they're going to have a chance to get in. And I mean, probably the Cowboys more than anyone because they are chasing behind these same Lions for seemingly the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a really interesting matchup because you've got two teams that are banged up in places that you don't want to be banged up against the other. The Lions are banged up in the secondary, which is a bad place to be if you're playing the Cowboys. The Lions are banged up at wide receiver, which is the easiest way to take advantage of the Cowboys. The Cowboys are banged up at left tackle, and there's a fella named Aiden Hutchinson's going to be standing there. And not that Tyler Guyton's good anyway, but the replacement level is going to be in for a hard time tonight.
Both sides coming in limping for sure. And this is such a weird situation. I feel like the Cowboys are being really propped up. I'm hearing from the Nationals, the most dangerous team in the NFL. The scary. No. I mean, they are 6-5-1 for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a team on the uptick, but this is still one loss and you're done kind of team. And there's a reason why they're here. And the scariest thing about tonight is,
but they're playing much better than they've played at any point this season.
Yeah.
And the Lions are playing probably some of their worst football.
At least over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I think there's a lot of very good reasons to be moderately, optimistic, but this is still a Cowboy team that is deeply flawed. Let's not kid ourselves. This offensive line, while it had a bit of an upturn, now they're going to their biggest offensive problem is now being escalated by their weakness at tackle and the strength of the defensive edge that the Detroit Lions bring. So you kind of got that going for you. The best thing that could have happened for the Cowboys is weakness at wide receiver. If Amon-Ra can't go, I think that was the most dangerous part of this. But this is a flawed team that has proven that they're fixing some of the problems. But this is, a month ago, and even the Philly win for a couple of quarters. This was tenuous at best. I'm just trying to be real, knowing that this is a Cowboy team that ain't what I keep hearing all day, is what I'm saying. I mean, I think we're optimistic about some of this stuff.
Listen, and I get your hesitancy. It's warranted. I'm not saying that they're suddenly a contender. I'm saying they're in the range. What I would consider what they're in, the play-in range. If this were the NBA, it could go either way.
Yeah.
They could be the 7 seed or they could be the 9 seed. Like it's not out of the question. Now, if they get in, what the likelihood that they're going to do something is pretty slim. It really is. Like you're going to put them up against the Rams or
Seattle. I mean, I can name 4 or 5 teams that I would be concerned about. It's not that. It's just the typical Cowboy myopia of looking at individual performance over several games and thinking all of those things are all going to happen at once again. The best CeeDee Lamb is going to show up and the best Pickens is going to show up, and this offensive line that is finding its way is not going to have a momentary relapse, and we're suddenly going to be able to tackle off the edge, and suddenly corners are going to be able to cover deep, and it's all going to happen at once in the most important game of the year. And when that starts to happen, when you start thinking, well, this needs to happen, this and this and that, there's no way all of that's going to happen.
I agree, but also I do think there's a way you can look at the Cowboys as a different team since the bye. And if you look at that team since the bye, some of the hype is warranted.
Now here is where I will jump off and agree. I do think the team has changed since the bye. I think there's a sense of purpose since the death, that they've all kind of focused on one thing. And I also will say that Dak Prescott is finally playing the way that most of the Dak lovers always thought he was playing. I mean, he's actually winning games and not losing them. Now, he's had some bad games over the last couple of weeks. Over the last month and a half, some really off-kilter games. But he's not losing them, and he's making the appropriate pass at the right time. And that's, to me, is the most important thing about where Dak is. He's not the question to me anymore. I'm not worried about him performing in the big game, which up until maybe even 2 years ago, if it could go wrong for Dak, it normally did in the biggest possible moment.
But also now your run game is not a question.
And that's one of the reasons he's safer, and he's got a wide receiver and an offense he trusts. There's some continuity there, so it has helped. And that's the good news. As I'm not worried about my quarterback showing up in the big games anymore. And maybe that's 50% of the battle.
Yeah. I've got some stats I want to touch on. I guess we got a little bit of time. You'd mentioned it yesterday to Shoddy about the defenses that Detroit plays. They a very heavy man rate. The highest rate in the league of playing man coverage.
Man. Tough guy football.
Single high safety. They play. I think they're third in single high safety usage. What that opens up is the opportunity for, and also remember, when you play a lot of man and then you have an injury in the secondary, boy, you're asking a lot of a guy you're going to bring up from the bench and say, hey, now go out, especially when you look at these wide receivers, say, yeah, go cover George Pickens in man. Good luck.
Yeah, the hope is that we can get them out open fast, but the clock is ticking because Guyton's not there and Hutchinson's going to be teeing off knowing full well his cornerbacks only have about 3 seconds before they get picked off.
I am going to make a wager tonight on Dak Prescott to score a touchdown.
Running?
Yeah, that's the only like an anytime touchdown, which means either rushing or receiving. But here's why: because that single high safety and man coverage, those invite quarterbacks to run. And Dak doesn't run very often. He's had I think he's had 2 rushing touchdowns all year. But I do think there's going to be unique opportunities for him to get some yards tonight on the ground. And the other thing, Dallas has the most defensive pass interferences drawn in the league. Detroit is bottom 5 in defensive pass interferences called on them, which means if you end up at the 1 yard line, and the way that interior offensive line's been playing, don't be surprised if you see a Dak tush push tonight.
I appreciate the idea behind the pass interference gets, because I see Detroit having to get some pass interference calls because you get burnt deep, there's nobody behind you.
Exactly.
You got to interfere.
This is it's a perilous situation the Lions find themselves in. And I've said this before. I don't trust this Lions. The Lions, quite frankly, have been carried offensively by Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is phenomenal, and the Cowboys are going to have to find a way to stop him. It ain't going to be easy. He has been a nightmare. But Jared Goff is meh. I don't know what's going on with him. He's not as good as he's been. Their offensive line is not very good. And without Amon-Ra St. Brown,
there's issues.
They've got a receiver who runs one route, and it's a go route. And if he burns you, he burns you. But, I mean, I'm sure the Cowboys are going to prepare for that, especially it's a lot easier to prepare for if Amon-Ra is out of the game.
Detroit's a decent team, but I have said, and I continue to believe, they're not what they were, and there's a cancer there. And I say that knowing they're not about to die. But this is a team that isn't what they expected to be. Campbell's had to take over play calling, which is certainly a strange scenario that no one expected. So there's a lot of reason to be optimistic, but this is also a team that I think up until Amon-Ra not being on the court, man for man, they match up with the Cowboys talent-wise pretty closely. Both these teams have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
They just haven't neither team been able to keep them healthier on the field at the same time, or have been ineffective in just attack. But there's talented individuals on both sides.
I think this game is really going to come down to one huge stat. It's, can the Cowboys stop fourth downs? Because the Lions are going to go for fourth downs. Mm-hmm. In the last 3 games, the Lions have gone for 7 fourth downs. They are 0 for 7. If you stop the Lions on fourth down, you win football games. And it's
a strange situation.
It's such a massive swing. I mean, these are – I talk to you sometimes about EPA and it's a stat called expected points added. It's a per play thing. Like, this play adds this amount of points or subtracts this amount of points. Turnovers are obviously huge, but going for it on fourth down, because not only when you get it on fourth down, you can grind more clock, You've got lots of things go right for you. You still got a chance at points, but when you don't get it on fourth down, and now there's a short field the other way, and you get no points, and now your opponent has the ball, it's about as negative of an EPA play as you can have.
Yeah.
It is a massive swing in all Lions games. You've got to be able to stop them on these fourth down plays. And lately, teams have figured out a way to do it because the Lions' offensive line has not been what it is, and the Cowboys, the last few weeks anyway, their defensive front is playing the best football that they've played.
0 for 7 on fourth down attempts. That's where they sit right now.
In the last 3 games.
Well, that's malpractice, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of any football team on any level
who just keeps going for it even though it's not working.
0 for 7 on fourth down, and this is an NFL team. I have never heard that number before. That's malpractice. What are you doing?
I mean, imagine the Eagles went for 7 tush pushes and didn't get any. We'd be like, why'd they keep doing that?
Seriously, I have never heard that. 7 consecutive failures on fourth down.
Yep. So if the Cowboys stop fourth down, I think they win the game.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, here's some sound from the from Cowboys Nation on the other side, including Coach Schottenheimer. We'll also do the stat is right on the other side.
Twice today.
Yeah, we've got 2 of them today. Be ready. Be ready. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you guys about my friends at Blue Star Tequila. That's right, Blue Star Tequila. They've got 4 varietals. They've got the Blanco, the Reposado, a Honey Reposado, and the Añejo. I'm an Añejo man. I like it dark, if you know what I'm saying. I like it aged. I like it like a fine, fine liqueur. The New York Spirits Competition, they agreed with me. They liked that Añejo. It was the best in class at the New York Spirits Competition. Won double gold, then won best in class, which means it was the best tequila in the whole damn room. That is a room full of expensive bottles and great booze. And they said Blue Star Tequila, that is the best bottle of tequila in the whole place. Ironically, it was the least expensive that was entered in the competition. And that's what we're looking for, right? We want great booze at a great price. Blue Star Tequila's got you covered there. It's unfiltered, there's no additives, and it is the world's first night-harvested agave, which means the agave is harvested when it's not in the brutal heat. It's resting, and that makes for a better tequila somehow. I don't know the science to it. I'm not a plant scientist, but what I do know is my taste buds agree that it absolutely works. You can find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, at Costco, and you can find it at Specs as well. So when you're out and about, pick a bottle up, and I promise you, you're going to love it. Come by and tell me about it. That's Blue Star Tequila.
Easy. Each line is only $25 a month.
Who are they calling?
Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
It's time for Cyber Monday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. Enjoy huge savings on gift-worthy accessories and select PCs like the Dell 16 Plus featuring Intel Core Ultra processors. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The PorkRinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
With Target, gifting has never been easier. This Saturday and Sunday, Target gift cards are 10% off with Target Circle. Treat everyone on your list to something you know they'll love. Gift cards for the trendsetters, the techies, the fashionistas, the foodies, and even yourself. The perfect time to save is now. This deal is a yearly fave, so hurry. Get more gifting for your buck and save 10% on Target gift cards with Target Circle for 2 days only. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Ulta Beauty's big holiday beauty sale is back with up to 50% off must-have gifts. Shop irresistible deals like the Shark Beauty Flex Style and Benefit Cosmetics travel size mascaras. With new offers weekly, same-day pickup or delivery, and our trusted associates, we make holiday shopping effortless. Head into Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.
Chocolate starfish. What's he talking about, Edwin?
I think it's a cookie.
Maybe so.
It's the cookies we had yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, those chocolate starfishes you made?
Yeah.
Those are delicious.
This was the top of Edwin's playlist, his year-end playlist. Most listened to band, The Limp Bizkit.
Everybody's getting their playlist grades from your
yes.
specific
Oh,
list.
yeah.
I got mine.
Oh, yeah. Who was your top artist?
Mine had too many dumb stuff. I didn't get my top artist yet.
That's like the first thing it should tell you.
No, I'm telling you, I'm on like YouTube music, so it's got all this AI stuff. Like you can ask it questions about your listening. Ask about your listening. Who's the what? Let's see. Write a limerick about your 2025 listening. That's actually it. Will do that.
What weirdo app are you on?
I don't know, man. So I'm buffering. I'm writing a limerick right now. This is a limerick regarding my 2025 listening habits, AJ.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
This year's playlist, a wild, dusty ride where Bob Seger's sweet engine did glide, where Warren G's West Coast mood and a Fugees interlude, your music library opened up wide. That's poetry right there.
Yeah, that tells you a lot.
Yeah,
I must say. All right, we got to give away a spot. That's right, a spot in The Stat Is Right.
All right, fans, it's your penultimate opportunity to go see the Minnesota Vikings live and in color. All you've got to do is guess a stat. Let's introduce your host with the most. He's got a hoodie on. It's A.J. Barker.
Thank you, Rob Rami. Thank you, Rob. Let me pull my hoodie over.
There you go.
Makes me
like the Reaper.
Look like a bad guy on Star Wars. That's what I want to do. I did say I'll give away the last spot on stat is right. I'll give away on the Brigade Bar. So we'll see how well the people have been paying attention with a little trivia later on in the show. Typically, the Brigade Bar does not pay attention to the show. They just talk amongst themselves.
Yes.
And then they're like, oh, what happened?
They get off on tangents.
Yeah, what happened? What are you guys talking about? And then we have to give hints, and it's a whole thing. But here's the deal. We play this game where we give away a pair of tickets to go see the Cowboys-Vikings, the next Cowboys home game, and it's based on the statistics in tonight's football match between the Lions and the Cowboys. And if you are the closest to the number, then you are the one who gets the tickets.
Either above or below.
That's right. What's the range look like so far on our guesses, Edwin? Now, don't tell me the numbers exactly, but what's the gap between the choices?
Probably like 4 or 5
catches.
So it's not – everyone's kind of in the same area.
Okay. Now, has someone tried to guess the same number and you've had to tell them, nope, you can't guess that?
No, everyone's been different.
Okay, good. I want it to stay that way. I'd hate that. I'd hate if someone were to guess the number that someone's already taken. But here's the way it works. Let's go with caller number 5. You have to answer this question. How many combined receptions will CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens have tonight against the Lions? If you are the closest at the end of the game, then you will win a pair of tickets to next Sunday's game against the Vikings. Simple as that.
And I think as the injury situation has become more and more focused, the number is going up.
Yeah. Oh, yes. As it should, maybe. As it should. But like we said, we also know that Tyler Guyton's not playing. So there's a lot of moving parts.
Perplexing, really.
Oh. I like it. So good luck, caller 5. Like I said, next hour we'll give one away on the Brigade Bar. So if you are trying to decide, do I want to watch on YouTube or do I want to listen on the radio? Well, in the next hour, it'd be good for you to be watching on YouTube. But also, a lot of that will depend on how many thumbs up we get on the YouTube. It's been a really bad day for thumbs up on the YouTube.
Come on.
I know, it's pathetic.
Come on.
It's just embarrassing. It's like all they want to do is get in there and bitch at each other, but not just hit the thumbs up.
That's all you got to do. After that, it's
seriously.
All gravy.
Yeah.
You have one job.
It doesn't cost you anything to give that thumbs up. It ain't that. Claymore says, "AJ, quit going after the Brigade Bar. They're your regular loyal listeners." Yeah, but you're not listening. You're in here bitching at each other.
In the room.
Yeah, you're around.
I think you hear us,
but
I don't think you're listening.
Yeah. You're not paying attention to what we say, our words,
all the time.
All the prep that we've done. You don't care about that.
You don't hear us. You're just there typing.
That's it, friends. I did want to replay a couple of the clips from Schotty yesterday. Coach Schottenheimer joined us on the program yesterday, which was sweet of him. And we asked him about the idea of trying to contain these two running backs, Gibbs and Montgomery, who are so different, but provide such a nightmare. So, and that's the beautiful thing for them is, oh, you're great at defending the edges. Cool. Good luck. We're gonna run up your gut. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're good defending up the middle. We're gonna run at the edge. And the Cowboys have worked really hard to firm things up in the middle. They've been doing a lot of crunches to get a nice firm midsection. And now, are they going to be able to stop those outside looks? We asked him about going up against those two running backs. Here's what he had to say yesterday.
Well, it does. I mean, each runner is a little different, and each runner actually there's schemes that they're probably more proficient at than others. You know, a guy like Gibbs, the ability to bounce out and hurt you on the perimeter, which they do a really good job of, is very evident. We need to keep knocking the ball sideways with both, Gibbs and Montgomery. I mean, you need to knock the ball sideways, and quite honestly, our corners and everybody on defense needs to tackle well because they're going to put themselves with some of their scheme where they put you where the corner, they come down and they'll crack receivers on linebackers or safeties, and the corner's got to do a great job tackling. So this is going to be really the ultimate team defense game where everybody tackles, everybody runs and hits. But I do like that that's where we are right now. We're playing with that type of confidence where it's all 11 guys playing the right way, and it's going to require all 11 guys to slow them down.
And the Cowboys, again, post-bye, have been really good against the run. Now,
well,
it's part of the schedule.
Yeah.
2 of the 3 teams you played, the Raiders are the Raiders.
Right.
The Chiefs are a team that generally doesn't care about running the football.
But I will say, for the most part, the Chuba Hubbard game not counting, they've been good enough to where they put teams in situations where they had to pass, and that's where the failure was.
Well,
you know what I mean? I don't think they've lost a game because of the running game, but maybe in North Carolina or the Carolina game. But I'll give them a little bit. Yeah, all right.
The Eagles want to run, and the Cowboys didn't allow it. They shut Saquon down.
Yeah, they did. I won't discount that, but that there was also some issues with that running game with Saquon before they got in there. This is the toughest run game they're going to face since Carolina. I mean, this is a solid running game.
The Broncos ran for like $180.
Yeah,
it was like 6.5 yards per carry. So even you can see even garbage time. It's like it was all day they ran on them.
And this before the trade. So
but again, it was pre-buy.
We've added some stuff, but that's my worry tonight is that Detroit just comes out and says, we're going to bully ball you guys. We're just going to run the football until you show us you can stop it. And then we're going to throw over the top. And that's my fear tonight, because if I'm Detroit, I have to win this game at home by any means necessary. And and I'm mucking it up, and I'm going to try to keep the ball out of this explosive offense's hands.
Detroit has been very good at home, 4-2 at home this year. That's been the kind of the thing on Goff all along is when Goff's indoors, he's a significantly better player. But
so are the Cowboys.
Yeah. But some of their, when I say they've lost 2 games at home, some of those are, one of them was to the Vikings, which,
in hindsight,
how'd that happen? Mm-hmm. The other one was just last week to the Packers, and again, you're talking about a diminished version of this team right now that seems.
I keep looking for reasons for the Cowboys or excuses, depending on how do the Cowboys lose tonight. Because everything is trending their direction. Everything. Health, minus the tackle out and their safeties, but they've been playing without safeties for weeks.
Yeah.
Player activity, attitude, belief in system. Everything is kind of trending in the right way. And when I see this, I go, okay, if everything's running the right way, how did we lose? What should I be worried about? What's the thing on the back door that I should be looking at? And to me, it is stopping the Detroit run game. It has nothing to do with Amon-Ra St. Brown sitting down and not being available. Nothing to do with Goff indoors or out. You stop the run game, I think you take them out of everything else they try to do, because then they got to try to throw the ball. Then you get more possessions out of this, because I do think there's a turnover or 2 in this Detroit team. Then you flip the script and allow the Cowboys to do what they want to do. So if I'm Campbell, I'm running the ball. I'm going to do everything I can to hold the ball and run 8-9 play drives and just take the wind out of everything and let my fans start getting emotional and have some fun and take them out and keep them in 3rd and long, and maybe I will muddle through because I'm not fully staffed.
But that's been easier said than done against the Cowboys the last couple of weeks.
True. For 3 weeks, that's a true statement. But for over the entirety of the season, it's been doable.
But you know what? It's not in their nature to do it. And it's so weird, because even in a game, let me pull this game up. The Giants box score is one of the weirdest things. The Giants-Lions box score. I was looking at this yesterday. Here we go. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries, 219 yards against the Giants. David Montgomery, 5 carries, 18 yards. Combined, 20 carries, 237 yards.
That's terrifying.
Jared Goff in that game, 28 of 42 passing. In what world are you getting 12 yards a carry that your quarterback throws it 42 times? How weird is that?
I hadn't even thought. I don't remember the game. How long ago was it?
Two weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Yeah. That was because it was Jameis Winston. But what a weird thing, right? You're having that much success running the ball, And you're like, no, we're going to stick to our game plan of throwing the football around. Like, why?
Was that Campbell's first play calling game?
No, that was against the Commanders was his first one. That's the one I was like, oh, he's a genius.
Well, so was it the last one the DC had? OC had? Was it his last call?
No.
Okay, this was Campbell's second game.
And it was his third because he's gone win-loss. But, yeah, I can't imagine I've got a running back who's carried it 15 times for 219 yards, and my quarterback still has 42 throws on the day.
I do remember at least one gash play. I mean, those could be Barry Sanders yards where 14 carries for 17 yards and one carry for 99.
The big gash play happened in overtime. It was the first play of overtime, if you remember. But still, even if you take that away, it was 14 carries for 150. So still over 10 yards a carry.
That's an indictment on Detroit. Again, there's a lot of reason to be optimistic for the Cowboys because of things like this. But when I see there's just too many things that seem to be going right for the Cowboys for me to say this is this shouldn't be that hard. When I know, in fact, this is as hard as it could possibly be. Because it's an elimination game. Detroit knows this.
I used to defend Dan Campbell as because people. Dan Campbell, let's face it, he comes across as a dope. Like, if you just take for his persona, like you listen to him in a press conference, you go, remember the biting kneecaps? You go, this guy's a big dummy,
big tough guy.
He's he's got CTE. He's a big dope. The truth of it is, though, and I used to say this, like Sean Payton kept him around as his number 2 for like 5 years. Sean Payton wouldn't keep you around if you were a big dope.
Well, he's a mover of men. He manages and coaches men, and I appreciate that. But if you're gonna, he's actually turned himself into a pretty decent tactician, I guess. But that I've been up and down on him.
There is something when you take Ben Johnson away from him, you start to see some of the dopey tendencies come out again, and it's like maybe he is a big dummy.
If you go 7 consecutive times on 4th down and haven't gotten one, I know every circumstance is different, but at some point, discretion is more than valor. At some point, let's just punt the ball.
So I think there is a real path for the Cowboys tonight. We'll talk about them a little bit more later on. I do want to get back into some NBA discussion on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle, halfway there on a small Friday, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTFM Floresville, your home for the Super Bowl. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Car wreck? What happens next? Thomas J. Henry knows you deserve to get compensated for your injuries. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. The name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Hey, it's the holiday season, and nothing beats warm coffee, cool mornings, and that festive locker room excitement. It's in the air. Hey, it's Rob, and I'm reminding you that Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit has their Black Friday deal, and it's going on now. Choose 3 doggy daycare packages available through December the 5th or until spots run out, and they're running out fast. With over 17,000 square feet of pet partying paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, there's no better place. It's a winter wonderland of fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298 today. Call them now. They're filling up fast for the holidays.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads. Great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage? Weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans? Also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke? Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PIPE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PIPE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PIPE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Just cleared one of our trouble spots. That wreck at 151 eastbound just past 90. Had it closed for a while. Now reopened. 37 northbound Fair Avenue. That's a stall right lane. 10-12 minute delay has you slow from Route 410. Far northwest side of town, 1604 northbound approaching Braun Road. This wreck is causing a 20-minute delay as you stop and go from Culebra. And 410 eastbound Vance Jackson wreck left lane. About a 10-minute delay slow from Evers. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Thursday night at 7:15. The Cowboys are in the Motor City, taking on the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs won their second straight and now sit at 15-6 with a 114-112 victory over Orlando. De'Aaron Fox led the way with 31 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists, while Dylan Harper added 16, 5, and 5. They get busy again tomorrow night in Cleveland, taking on the Cavs. In the NFL, tonight the Cowboys play again, taking on the Lions in Detroit. Kickoff is set for 7:15. You can catch the Cowboys broadcast on 94.1. The Cowboys are going to be without left tackle Tyler Guyton and quarterback Trayvon Diggs, while Jadeveon Clowney and Malik Hooker are questionable for tonight's game. Speaking of the Cowboys, the results are in. The Chiefs' Thanksgiving Day game shattered viewership records with 57.23 million viewers, becoming the most watched regular season game in NFL history. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
8:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Giannis went down with an injury?
Went down, you say?
Injury? Question mark?
Well, you know.
Maybe. Injury? I don't know.
But cautionary move.
Yeah, it looks like Giannis is, again, not long for Milwaukee. I found a list of ranking the 29 trade destinations for Giannis. And they go from tier 11 to tier 1. So tier 11 is 5 teams that says, forget about it. We're not going to waste time. He's not signing here.
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento, Charlotte.
Does it suck to be on this list, or are you happy to be on this list? Okay.
It sucks because this is just like an indictment of your franchise
Right.
that he would, like, no matter what, he would have no interest in playing here. Sacramento, Charlotte, Washington, Utah, and Memphis. So forget about it.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons.
It's just not going to happen. Tier 10, called They Don't Have Enough to Trade. That is Phoenix, Minnesota, Denver, Dallas, LA Clippers. So that gets you from 29 to 20. So 19 teams left. Tier 9, respectfully bowing out, is one team. That's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thanks, but no, we're good.
Thanks, we're fine. We're
good
play
with
what we got.
Tier 8, a facilitator tier, which means that these teams could, they could be a factor in the trade, but likely not a permanent landing spot. New Orleans and Portland fall into that category.
No,
because the Blazers have Milwaukee's first-round picks, 28, 29, and 30.
Already.
Yeah, because of the Dame Lillard trade. So the Bucks would love to get those picks back so they can tank and rebuild. So they'd love to make something like that happen. And the Blazers do have young talent.
Yeah.
Scoot, Shadon.
There's some dudes. Big man, Klingman.
Tier 7, how attached are you to your stars? Boston, Philly, Orlando.
All three of those should be very much in talks. All three of them should be talking to Milwaukee.
Boston would likely involve trading away Jaylen Brown.
You got a dude to move, and either one of them. I mean, certainly Tatum's worth less until he's playing again, but yeah, you've got a dude that you can actually move that can help Milwaukee. So they should be talking.
But if you trade Jaylen Brown and probably Derek White, and you're the Celtics, you still have 2 MVP candidates on your team when fully healthy.
Yes, this is not a lateral move. It would be you'd improve your team.
The problem with Philly is they gave Paul George and Joel Embiid bad contracts. Tyrese Maxey's turned into one of the best players in the league.
And if I'm Milwaukee, I want Maxey.
I say no to that. I say I'll give up a lot of things. I'd give up VJ Edgecombe.
But he'd be a part of the deal too.
But I'm sorry, Tyrese Maxey's off the table in my mind now, for Giannis.
But if I was to throw Edgecombe in, I'd take a first-round pick off the board because that's essentially a brand new pick.
It is. Yeah. But I think Tyrese Maxey's one of the few guys in the league where I say no because I think Tyrese Maxey's going to get MVP votes.
Yes, and his there's also the connection that he has built with the city of Philadelphia. He's their favorite son now, so that's one of those things that matter.
Would the Magic trade Franz Wagner or Paolo Banchero for Giannis?
They probably won't, but they should.
I would consider it. I don't know why they wouldn't consider it.
They should. They know the value of a dude like that. They live in the Shaq era. They better be involved in talks.
Tier 6, right market, wrong time. Chicago Bulls.
Why
Brooklyn
is this
Nets.
the wrong time?
I don't know that
there's just not enough talent around him to justify it. That would be the only reason.
Like they really think they've got something in Josh Giddey.
And yeah. But
the problem is
10 guys that play like him, but he's one of them.
The problem is like the Bulls in the last couple weeks. Remember a couple weeks ago we were like, man, the Bulls are way better than we thought they were. The Bulls are kind of starting to turn into the Bulls we expected.
Yeah, they're flawed. They've got 4 good dudes, and that they're all good.
And then the Nets, they've got a bunch of assets. They're in a good market for Giannis, but they're just not good.
No, and that's
like
not.
And Giannis wouldn't fix you.
Yeah, he's jumping from the frying pan into the fire if he goes to Brooklyn.
Tier 5, and it says, and the gold medal in cap gymnastics goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They are number 11 on the list, so we're almost into the top 10. It says it would be functionally impossible for the Cavs to do this without gutting their team. They're $22 million above the second apron already, and they can't aggregate salary unless they get below it. They'd have to do so because no one on the team makes as much as Giannis, and the first apron restrictions means they can't make more in salary than they send out in a trade. So that's it. It's one that even if they could make it work, or even if they wanted to make it work, they can't.
And congratulations to Cleveland to putting together the team like they did. I mean, it's a reason why they have it this way. They're in good shape. They don't have to make a move.
Okay. Number 8, 9, and 10 is Tier 4, and it's are you willing to gamble on a rental? And all three of these teams are places where they've got the assets. They could make a move, but is this the kind of place Giannis wants to spend the rest of his career? Number 10, Toronto.
Why wouldn't you? That'd be a great place to be.
Toronto may have one of the greatest stories of a rental player working out in NBA history.
So I don't think they'd have any problem with making a deal. It'd be whether he wants to live there.
Number 9, Indiana.
That's another frying pan fire thing. Because to get there, the cost would be such he'd be standing amongst rubble. There wouldn't be anybody to help.
And number 8, the Atlanta Hawks.
If they had any kind of leadership, any kind of front office that I trusted, it would be a place that I think Giannis would consider. I think that they would like him. I think he would be the king of the city, and he'd make that team better, and he'd stay in the East. It wouldn't be a bad move, but Atlanta's got nothing, and if I'm Giannis, I don't trust Atlanta to do right by me, even if they're trying to.
Yeah. Tier 3, they call this the old money tier. Miami Heat, Golden State Warriors, L.A. Lakers.
Which all of them snakes in the grass. It could happen. All three of those could make the deal.
Giannis's agent is Alex Saratsas. The second best client that Alex Saratsas has is Bam Adebayo, which anytime you can package your player, agents love to do that.
Yes, they do.
So basically, anybody else that would be available, I would guess, in a Miami trade. Khalil Ware, Tyler Hero.
Well,
Tyler Hero's from Wisconsin.
Yeah, I was going to say Hero's a Wisconsin kid. There might be something there, maybe, but I just don't know if they have enough.
The Warriors apparently have been eyeing Giannis for years. And
how on earth could they get this?
They'd have to work around they owe the Wizards a pick in 2030. It's top 20 protected. But it says the Wizards can still trade the valuable portion of that pick as well as all their others, and the notion of deep future Warriors picks, which would presumably convey after Curry retires, is probably pretty appealing to the Bucks.
Yeah, that would be the only way. You'd have to bet the come on that deal because you're not getting talent immediately.
The Warriors have a player who is conveniently a dollar-for-dollar match in Jimmy Butler. The Bucks wouldn't want Butler, though, so he'd have to go to a third team. So that would bring in one of those facilitating type situations. Or there's another version built around Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, and more salary, but that would require giving up Draymond Green, which for whatever reason, right or wrong, the Warriors have long been hesitant to do.
Oh, that's if it push come to shove, Draymond will be wearing a Buck uniform.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And it says the Lakers would have been a laughable Giannis destination a year ago, but two things have happened since. First, we were reminded of the Lakers' exceptionalism when they got Luka for pennies on the dollar. Second, Austin Reeves has ascended into a clear all-star. He is a viable centerpiece for a trade like this now, but there are still a few problems. The first is salary. He only makes $14 million, which means the Lakers would have to add around another $40 million, and they just don't have those types. They've got Luka, LeBron, and then
a bunch of dudes.
Yeah. But then there's draft compensation. They can only trade one first-round draft pick right now. It's 2031 or 32. But over the summer, that jumps to 3. But Reeves becomes a free agent.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. The league and the owners ain't going to let Giannis land at L.A. after the Luka deal. It ain't going to happen.
Tier 2, Nuevo Riche, the new rich.
I like this plateau. I feel like I live in that neighborhood.
Number 4 is the Detroit Pistons. It says these are the teams the Bucks want to trade with.
Yeah, here we go. I want Jalen Duren too.
They are capable of winning the title with Giannis here and now, provided they can keep most of their current core, and they have the most assets to deal. Considering the youth and picks all three have to trade, that shouldn't be a problem. It's whether or not these teams should want to trade for Giannis. The Pistons have all of their own picks. But how valuable would picks from a Giannis, Cade Cunningham team end up being?
It'd be bottom 20s.
Yeah, you're not going to get great picks out of that. They'd have to send their most substantial player value as well. Their two best assets are Jalen Duren and Asor Thompson, both non-shooters, which means they're both kind of iffy fits next to Giannis anyway. But Duren is 22, probably an all-star.
Uh-huh.
And
this is a doable deal.
Ausar Thompson is quickly turning into not a good player, a great player.
If I'm Milwaukee, I'm listening.
Could Detroit get away with sending one of them along with Jaden Ivey?
No. Ivey can't stay on the court.
Well, that's the thing. Elsewhere on this list, number 3 on the list, the Houston Rockets. They also have a Thompson twin they'd prefer not to trade, and they have a young star center in Şengün.
I think they're set. If I'm the Rockets, I ain't doing nothing.
The Rockets are pressed up against the hard cap unless Kevin Durant's in the deal.
And he won't.
He would not be. Fred VanVleet's cap figure would help, but he can veto any trade.
And he's hurt.
And
I don't know.
Why would I want to go to Milwaukee when I'm in a place where I can potentially win a title? Jabari Smith has a poison pill, makes him hard to trade. Reed Shepherd. I mean,
all of this is reasons, but at the end of the day, this is a team built with these guys in mind for the next 2 years.
The truth is, it would have to be a Şengün trade,
and I'm
not interested. No. I'm not interested.
And here we go.
Of the 3 teams on this tier, it says San Antonio is probably the best positioned for balance. They have 2 possible star guards on rookie deals. In Dylan Harper and Steph Castle. They can probably afford to trade one because neither of them nor De'Aaron Fox are great shooters, which it makes. And if you have Giannis, you're going to have to find a shooter to put on the floor with him. And quite frankly, if those are your 3 guards, Giannis is a bad fit for the Spurs. Wemby is obviously has the potential to be the best player in the league going forward, but has injury issues.
There's lots of reasons why.
It says Wemby and Giannis would be the best rim-protecting duo in the NBA, possibly in NBA history. Their skill sets mesh reasonably well, and the Spurs wouldn't mind lowering Wemby's usage a bit to protect his body. The Spurs are currently below the tax, still 2 years away from Wemby's inevitable max extension. And by the way, it's not inevitable for the same reason that because if he misses a certain amount of games, it becomes it's not a max.
He'll get his max, whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever it is, but it's not the max of the max. They're financially flexible, and they are currently ready to compete right now. With Giannis, the ceiling is raised immediately. The Spurs could absolutely justify sitting these talks out and playing the long game, but they have more to game on the short term, and thanks to the presence of the best 21-year-old in league history, less to lose in the long term by making this deal is what it says.
The chessboard has changed since the summer. It has. And I was not – and we both operate under the premise if you're going to win a title, you have to have an MVP or somebody that's been close to it in the last 4 or 5 years. It goes without. So there's 4 guys in the world that fall into that category. And right now you need to have one of them, and one of them's Giannis. I now would be amenable to talk because we do have an excess of talent. And I'm also down with the long game. I'm willing to talk knowing full well if it falls apart, we part as friends. I don't feel bad walking away from a deal, but I also know that there's a deal in there that I could make that would make me pretty happy.
Wemby's obviously untouchable.
And that's it.
That's it. And that could be a tough pill to swallow for some Spurs fans who right now are seeing things happen that are very exciting, and they're thinking a dynasty run's coming. And maybe it could, but I'll tell you this. If the Spurs traded, I don't know what they would have to give up exactly. I don't know how to match the salary.
De'Aaron would have to play a role in this.
It would have to be De'Aaron Fox, and it would probably be I don't know if it would be Steph or Harper, but it'd be one of those 2 guys.
Yep.
So those 2 guys and some draft capital. I will say this, while that would hurt, the idea of a big 3 of Dylan Harper, Giannis, and Wemby.
It gives you chills, doesn't it? I mean,
I have said for the last 2 seasons, there is no team that at their best can compete with Oklahoma City. That team could play. That team could compete against Oklahoma City.
I hate to admit it, but it could. And I'm a proponent of the long game, built not bought. Grow your roots.
I get it.
But this could be too good to refuse.
And then tier 1 is called The Heart Wants What It Wants. That is the New York Knicks.
Yep.
Giannis has said his preferred destination is New York. They are the only team known to have discussed a trade with Milwaukee before the season started.
And we were talking pregame that what did they offer? Because I don't know. And what could they add? Because their chessboard has changed too. What Mikal Bridges has turned into a reasonable value now. We know what Karl Anthony's capable of, and you know both those guys would be in the deal. So is there anything more short of Jalen Brunson? Because I get the sense they probably offered everything but Brunson.
So what I would say, you said Anthony Towns and
Mikal Bridges would have to be part of this.
So here's what I would say. You know who I'd rather have than Mikal Bridges is OG.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's worth it. Yeah.
So if you get Karl Anthony Towns, OG, and Deuce McBride, who looks like a player, are we talking now?
There's.
But even that,
how many number ones are in this?
That's what I'm saying. If you say, okay, that's the deal you get. At least if you're getting De'Aaron Fox and Steph Castle, you can say, man, we're going to be a contender. If all you get back is Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby,
that's not enough. Yeah,
you're a middle of the pack Eastern Conference team at best.
Short of adding Brunson or a sixth number one, what else is left for New York to offer? Because you don't go to Milwaukee shorthanded. I'm sure they offered the world, and Milwaukee said it wasn't enough.
And the guys that are like the cheap role players for the Knicks, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson. The reason those guys work right now with the Knicks is because Karl Anthony Towns is a shooter. If you put those guys with Giannis, now you've got no shooting. Like it's a
yeah.
I don't think it works.
I don't think it works, but never underestimate the pressure that the NBA can bring to bear. There's a reason why Luka's in LA, and it's far and above Nico being an idiot.
That's what the final line of this article says. The Bucks don't want to trade with the Knicks. They want to trade with the Pistons, Spurs, or Rockets. It just may not be up to them. If Giannis forces their hand and no viable rental alternative emerges, there's a good chance this ends up with the Knicks getting a two-time MVP at a bargain basement price.
Player dominating and the pressure coming from the league because Silver would love to have Giannis putting on a Knick uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
ESPN, this is the trade that they put for – and – this might be more appealing for Spurs fan. Hear me out. Spurs get Giannis. Bucks get Steph Castle, Kelly Olynyk, Jordan McLaughlin, Harrison Barnes, a 27 first-round pick, the Hawks pick, the 29 first-round pick, and a 2032 first-round pick.
I'd do that. I'd do it.
I think you have to.
Yeah, that's we're not giving up hardly anything, and we get to
keep De'Aaron Fox
and Harper. I'm in.
Oh my gosh!
I'd hate to see Harrison Barnes go.
I'd hate to see Steph Castle go, but that's the price you pay.
You're going to have to go. You're going to have to rely on your talent acquisition skills because we're still minus shooters. There's work to be done if you do that. But I would certainly sit and listen, man. I would.
All right, let's take a break. We have plenty more to get into here, including more Cowboys stuff and signing day. Day yesterday.
The future is bright.
We'll talk about that a little bit. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Arasti providers are around San Antonio and continue to expand because they're excellent, outstanding at what they do. They are the number one medical outlet to get you out of pain faster than you've thought possible. Arasti has built a legacy of taking care of those that are in pain and getting them fixed and back into their specific game on a regular basis for years now. And if you haven't experienced an Arasti visit, boy, and if you're in pain, are you in for a treat? Because Arasti fixes pain fast in ways that you probably have not gone through. You go to your general practitioner and the first offer is, here's a couple pills, it'll dull the pain and hopefully it'll go away on its own. Or there's the ignore it, or is there just change your life and not deal with whatever's causing the pain. That's not what Arasti does. So they want to find out, and they're going to fix what is causing the pain. And sometimes it manifests in different places. So if you're dealing with something that you haven't been able to get over, call Arasti today. You're available to go see him, and they don't need a referral. You can get in as fast as possible. Write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. The website's arasti.com. There's a map of providers there that show where they are. I bet there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are now. If you got a young athlete in the house that's dealing with a sprain or a strain trying to get back into the real game, you can't go any better than Arosty. That's professional level treatment, the likes of which Tony Parker and Becky Hammond have used this. If you've got an old, long-lasting injury that you just can't get over, it is 2025. Go see Arosty. They're going to get you fixed. They accept most insurances, and as I said, you can get in today. Don't let pain keep you doing from things that you love. Call Arosty today. They're going to take care of you. And when they do, come on by and thank me later.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Thursday night at 7:15. The Cowboys are in the Motor City, taking on the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
ConnecticutSA.com. Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
It's Dallas at Detroit, Thursday night football, and the best place to watch the game is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road.
Pre-game with the Blitz live from the Roo Pub from 2 to 6, and stick around to watch the game and show up hungry. You know the food is fantastic.
It's Thursday night, Dallas against Detroit. Start your weekend early with the Blitz live at the Roo Pub from 2 to 6.
Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. See you Thursday at the Roo.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J.Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J.Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
the ESPN trade machine ones that they threw out, besides that Spurs one, which I think is a great deal for the Spurs. But I think the best offer made here is Bucks-Hawks. Hawks get Giannis and Cole Anthony. Bucks get Trae Young, Zachary Risachet, and 4 first-round picks.
That's a boatload. That you're not a contender immediately, but you're going to win 30 games.
Because the Hawks have 2 of the Bucks picks. So you can properly tank.
That matters.
Yes.
There's something there.
Yeah, I think the Bucks would have to be interested in that, and I think the Hawks should be interested in that.
If I had
too.
any trust in Atlanta, and
that is true.
If I was Giannis, if I had any trust in their front office, I would have no problem going, and Milwaukee would get enough in return to where I think they would dance home.
I honestly, though, I think I would rather have, if I were the Bucks, I'd say give me Jalen Johnson instead of.
Well, we'll iron out the details when we get down to the signing the paper. But I think there's something there worth spending some time talking.
Jalen Johnson signed a 5-year, $150 million extension. That looks like almost like a great deal at this point.
Eventually it will be, yeah.
And then, I mean, if you have to, you can flip Trae Young to a third team. I don't know.
I think they could use him.
But I think given getting their draft picks back, I don't think they would want to use him.
No, not for very long.
I think they'd want to
but I mean, you're gonna
turn
have to
him into more assets and just try and rebuild from the bottom.
Well, he's going to have to degrade a little bit before they're – I mean, by the time you can move that contract again, it'll be because some team's ready to just take that salary off your hands for a year, and I think we're a year or 2 away from that. But in the meantime – You're an adequate basketball team. I can see that. The 2 best deals out there would be, if that's it, would be Atlanta and San Antonio. Both teams benefit, and you get a boatload in return. So yeah. I'm sure if the calls were made, all 3 of those teams would sit down and talk.
And I think the Bucks or the Spurs would have to decide. I don't know if it would be their choice or Bucks' choice, but it would be either Castle or Harper. I don't know who the Spurs covet more, who they want to protect more. But
now we have to. Is San Antonio as a franchise at a place where they would pull the trigger on something like this?
They've never done something like this before.
Nothing. I mean, we traded Gervin away way back when and brought in Artis Gilmore and the likes. It was for its time. It was a pretty big deal, but nothing like this. This wasn't. The Spurs weren't trying to get an NBA championship out of the deal with Gervin. They were just trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
with a depreciating asset. This would be
a statement that we plan to win a title right now.
And it would be I don't think this would occur 3 years ago if the same situation was in place with Peter Holt, not Peter J, in control and Pop in control totally. I don't think this kind of move would be made. That they've been traditionally risk averse. We'll build it and we'll tweak things along the way. This is an all in kind of move that a young owner with a brand new big building that's going to open up would certainly covet. We have to think about what Project Marvel is going to mean. The All-Star game coming to San Antonio, the home where Giannis lives and works with Wemby. There's a bigger picture than just on the court for some of these moves. And this would be another move in that Project Marvel continuum that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, the idea of that. I mean, that is
You get that big building with Giannis and Wemby opening it up. My God, center of the basketball universe.
That is a sexy possibility, man. And I love Harrison Barnes. I love Steph Castle.
It's a cost of doing business, man.
It really is. And if you talk about now a potential starting 5 of Giannis, Wemby,
Dylan Harper,
De'Aaron Fox, and Devin Vassell.
Good grief, man.
If Devin Vassell, who 3 years ago was your best player, is now your 5th best player.
You're right in the universe. You've reached the right place.
Yes,
so
that's where you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. And a pretty deep bench on top. We talk about adding things. The Cornet, you add Giannis, and he does. We talk about rim protecting. The rim protection's already there. I mean, between Giannis and Wemby, we're just about as good as you can get. I mean, between Cornet and Wemby, that's about it.
But the Spurs have been hesitant, I guess, to play them both at the same time.
And that's the part. Now, the usage rate for Wemby can go way down because there's always the other dude. there's so many benefits to this, but there is the potential that for whatever reason, you if it does fail, this is the kind of deal that you can fail fast, and still survive. Because you're not giving up everything.
Yeah. Do you remember we went to a game? I forget which game it was, but we were sitting there and the Spurs ran the same play two times in a row, and it was they brought Wemby to the elbow, and he put the ball up, and two guys had to go out to him, and it left Luke Cornett by himself under the basket.
And
now imagine that with Giannis. Like,
well, it's easier to leave Cornett than Giannis.
But if you don't, you're going to get punished.
Right.
Like, it's just such a fascinating
and then I hate to get
dream
to the other part of this, and I'm 50-50. I would have no issue at all if we didn't take a call and say we're happy and we're going to build this thing the way we want it. But there is the mentality of Giannis himself. He feels like a Spur. He doesn't need a whole lot. He doesn't want to. He's the kind that'll drive home and go to Chick-fil-A on the way home. He doesn't need the nightlife. He's got a family. He would fit right in, and he would like it here. I know once you got here, Giannis, you would love San Antonio.
Although it's kind of weird because apparently he wants so badly to play in New York, which is the antithesis of
here. I get that, wanting to be the all-star and bank, but the fact is, if he got here, just like Milwaukee, we would take care of you. We'd wrap you in cotton. You would never be overexposed. You'd be protected and only do what you wanted to do. All those things that Timmy successfully pushed away, everybody now gets to live in that long-term shadow. If you come to San Antonio, you get to do what you want.
And I'm going to say something now that is not going to be a popular thing for me to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because there's still a world where this could happen. But if you make this deal and Wemby's health issues persist and they keep him from ever becoming what we think he can become, or God forbid, he just is Yao Ming and he's a 5-year guy and is just gone. A core of Giannis, Fox, and Dylan Harper is still good enough to win an NBA title.
And there's still draft picks coming. There's still a few that would be able to hold on to. Yeah, there is a safety net to this deal.
If Wemby is healthy, obviously the ceiling of this thing is unlimited. But if he's not, you're still good enough to contend,
which is the due diligence.
That is a real a bonus in my mind, because that is the great concern for me still about this Spurs team is, man, it just sure seems like every year there's something with Wemby, and it's not all related, but he's a giant, and giants always have some sort of health issues.
That is the trap door that you're trying to keep closed, and this kind of helps. It does give you a little bit of safety knowing that he doesn't have to be here. But my retort to that would be, well, right now we're doing all right without him. The Spurs are putting together a pretty decent roster where he doesn't have to be on the court all the time anyway. And, adding a player that's worth $250 million to be about where we are now,
But right now, can you beat the Thunder?
No, that's my point. Don't get lost in the moment. We got things to do. We've got other things in the future, not just the last 20 games that have been really ridiculously successful given the absence, but it's not sustainable.
But if your goal is to consistently be the 4 seed in the West, cool. This is probably going to do it. It could do it for a long-ass time. But if your goal is to be better than the Thunder, this is the kind of move you've got to make.
And be better than the Thunder now.
Today.
Yeah, which is me. Yes. I'd rather be better now than try to get there in 3 years.
Oh, my God. Well, but on the downside, and I think it's fair to admit there is a downside to this, it starts your window immediately, and there's a close to it. Right now we can think, man, when's this window close? I've got no idea. Right. Because all these guys, but that's because your team is full of kids.
And this is an RPP because we have fast forwarded to the point where we can genuinely say, if this does work out, that this tells us that this team is title worthy in 2 years. We know it. We can see it. Now we can just fast forward even faster.
Yeah.
Just get it here.
All right, let's take a break. We'll talk some signing day on the. I got Rob all worked up.
I'll tell you.
Look at that. Look at that.
I am risk averse for the most part.
What about you, Edwin? You're a Bucks fan.
No, I'm not.
Okay, sure.
Just a Brewers.
Not.
He's just a Brewer.
No. But do you think that's a good deal for both sides?
I'm fine either way. If they decide to go all in, great. If they decide to just wait it out and play the long game, but I'd probably play the long game.
All right. Look at you, Edwin, with the hot takes.
Well, I think San Antonio, I would bet, and most of our heart of hearts, we're 52%, I'm comfortable with where we are. I think most of us would go, worst case, I could walk away from the deal without giving it a whole lot of consideration.
You know why I think you think that way, Rob? Because that's the way it's always been.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I do think if you diehard Spurs fans, the one that love everybody we got and want them to never leave, if you sit down and realistically look at the numbers, and if that is the deal that is available, you can't turn that down. It's just one of those that, it's a little scary, but, signing your first mortgage for 30 years was too, and it works out for most of us. So jump in.
Not every day a top 3 player comes.
Who
So
wants to
I
come
get that side of it.
and is hungry and wants to be, not finishing out a career, still leveled off at that plateau of greatness. This ain't the end. We're just in the middle.
JL says, but don't you think Giannis is a 5-year, then he's going to be irrelevant? Come on now. If I get 5 more years of Giannis, there's probably 2 rings in there.
At least.
And if there is nothing I would not trade for 2 rings.
That, and once you get a ring and you get that skill, then suddenly more talent shows up at your doorstep. So if you manufacture this the right way, it can be self-sustaining. The Spurs proved it for 20 years. It's not just over one guy's ending. If you plan appropriately, you fill the gaps. Yeah. And the Spurs have nothing else, have proven they know how to do that.
And SA Texan says, not my Castle. How about this? Vassell and KJ in place of Castle.
No. Quantity does not do quality.
This is going there. It has to hurt a little. That's the only way trades like this can happen. It has to, unless you're the Lakers and there's just some dope who wants to give you the trophy. It has to hurt a little to land a player like this, and there's just no way around it. I mean, of course, the Spurs would be dumb not to say, would you take Devin or Keldon instead of Castle?
But they won't say yes.
They won't say yes.
No.
I think that would be the demand, is one of those 2 players. They would probably ask for 2. And I think the Spurs would have to draw a hard line and say, no, we'll give you 1 because we're giving you a bunch of future picks as well. Because right now, Dylan Harper's he's essentially a first round, and it's a great first round pick, the second pick in the draft.
If he was a starter, he'd be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, let's. And if he'd been healthy the full season as well. All right, we'll be right back. We're going to play the Stat is Right on the other side with the Brigade Bar. So if you want a chance to win that, get on the YouTube right now. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the holiday season, but it's always Kubota season. If you've got work to get done, every job has a proper tool, right? And I'll tell you what, the Ewald name on the Kubota tractor, that's the proper tool. There's nothing that it can't get done around the property. Now's the time to go get one because, the deals are ready to be made. And that's pretty much consistent all the time at Ewald Kubota. Old John, he'll make a good deal because the Ewald name means something around here. It means that they're going to be here tomorrow and next week and next month and next year. And when you come back and ready for your next Kubota, they're going to be here for you. The relationship begins with the handshake and it keeps going. That's my relationship with them. And now's the time to head over for a variety of things. If you've got a big old project coming, put a tractor in your barn. That'll certainly help. They've got great financing going with that. If it's time to bale the hay and you need some cutters or some balers, they've got great deals, and they're doubling up the warranties on those. So good time to step in. If you're working on your lease, you want to head out to the blind that's 5 miles away and you don't want to deal with the drop-off, get yourself an ATV from Kubota. You can stack it up with everything you need to haul that big lunker in to carry tools and hay and feed and all you need. And then it's time to go to work. If you need some work done, you need a big piece of equipment delivered, you want to rent one, Ewald should be your first call. They're going to make sure they're on time, on target. If you need parts or service, they're 1 phone call away. And heck, go by and pick up your parts and say howdy to those good folks all around Texas. Let me tell you, Ewald Kubota's waiting on you. Now go by and see them, because from the Texas coast to the Texas Hill Country, Ewald Kubota, heck yeah, they're your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few trouble spots. Let's start on the northeast side on 35. This is our heaviest delay right now. 35 southbound Thousand Oaks. Wreck in the right lane. Now an hour delay. 65 minutes. The backup starts at Evans. 1604 northbound approaching Braun Road. This wreck is causing a 25-minute delay. Slow from Calabria. And 410 northbound Rigsby. Accident right lane. 10-12-minute delay has you stop and go from South WW White. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at macysbackstage.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. And I'll tell you, it's the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports. The bowl games are beginning. You got college and pro basketball. You got playoff pushes all around, and it's all happening at once. There's no better place to play than at Prize Picks. I love going to Prize Picks because I get to stack different leagues. I like a football play. Let's say I like Jamar Chase this weekend. I also like Wemby with the blocks. I could add that in there as well. And you like to play the hockey as well. You've got everything there that you can stack. Above and beyond that, if you have a favorite player, you can play them in a lot of different ways. That's Prize Picks. Go download the app today. And when you do, remember the code ALAMO. If you remember the word Alamo, there's free play in there. So go download Prize Picks and remember the code ALAMO and get your money early. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it 'tis the season to go play on your Prize Picks. And you know why? Because it feels so good to be right.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Attention retirement savers. A major U.S. bank predicts a 2025 recession as tariffs rattle markets. According to reports, 2025 recession risks just increased significantly. And a billionaire investor warns of a more serious global breakdown. That's why thousands of hardworking Americans are turning to the award-winning precious metals company, Goldco. Right now, Goldco is offering you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. Plus, you can get an unlimited instant match and bonus silver for qualified accounts. Call 855-969-GOLD to find out how you can help diversify your savings, tax and penalty free today. Help protect what you've worked so hard for before it's too late. Call 855-969-GOLD. That's 855-969-GOLD. You should always consult with your financial and tax professional.
Join the Blitz this Friday at the Rocket Lock on Terra for your chance to win some Spurs tickets.
When victory tastes like Michelob Ultra, it's worth every drop of sweat. Win or lose, Superior is worth paying for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, Superior light beer.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at the Root Pub, 281 and Redland Road, because the Cowboys play the Detroit Lions. No better place to watch that than the Root Pub. We'll visit with Sean Merriman, former NFL player. We're talking about Dallas and Detroit. And is this Giannis rumor true? Could he be coming to San Antonio?
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That's right. Let's you know what? We've already played the music once. No need to double down. Everybody knows the game by now. But we do get to.
We talking to just the Brigade Bar?
Yeah, just for the Brigade Bar. We're double dipping today. Double dipping.
So Brigade Bar, you know the drill. You know the drill.
But before we get into this though, I got an email. Giannis next team odds. You want the top 5?
I have a feeling we've discussed it.
Rockets 8-1 are number 5. Heat are 7-1. They are number 4. Hawks 6-1 are number 3. The Knicks at 2-1 are number 2.
And here we sit.
The Spurs plus 150. Your favorites to be Giannis's next team. How about that?
Well, we were in that list last time. And as long as the Spurs have this much young talent and this many draft picks, they're going to be top 3 on the list for every major tradable character until a deal is done. I mean, they got 3 years of grace.
I'll be honest, though. I mean, the only reason I talk about Giannis, because I'm with most of the people that I'd like the Spurs to keep what they got. But there are a few guys, like if someone said, hey, Luka's available, okay, suddenly I'm interested in trading some of this young core.
And I think most would come around to it.
If Shai Gilgeous is available, okay, let's have a real discussion now. Jokic is available. Let's talk about this. There's a handful of guys that I'll have that conversation about, and Giannis just happens to be one of those 5 guys in the world. If this were, for Edwin's favorite player, Jalen Brunson, I'd tell the Knicks to go kick rocks. I wouldn't give up Julian Champagny for Jalen Brunson. Beat it.
Yes, you would.
Okay, maybe I would, but that's about it. That's the
Not after last night.
I wouldn't give up Steph Castle for Jalen Brunson. I mean that. I'm dead serious about that. I would not.
I probably wouldn't either.
Beat it, Knicks. I don't want that guy.
Y'all are crazy, by the way.
Well, fine. That's fine. But I believe Giannis is the kind of guy who can put you over the top. Okay, stat is right for the Cowboys-Vikings. What we want to know is how many combined receptions will CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens have in the game tonight. And here's how we're going to do it. When we started this conversation, there were 11 tiers of these teams that, like how they ranked in potential trade destinations for Giannis. And tier 1 was the Knicks. Tier 2 was the Spurs, the Rockets, and this team. The first person on the Brigade Bar to pick the third team, name the third team in that tier, you are going to have a chance to play The Stat is Right and win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys-Vikings game. So if you've been listening for the last hour, you got yourselves a shot. How about that? How about them Cowboys? Oh, big game this week. Big game tonight, Rob. Big game tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. All right. I want to briefly jump into, and there we go. It's Gilbert is our winner. Gilbert was the first in line with Pistons. So Gilbert, call in, talk to Edwin, and you will have a chance to play The Stat is Right. So come on down.
We'll know tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have our winner by tomorrow. All right. National Signing Day is in the books, Rob. USC, how about that? USC, the number 1 class in the country. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. Although now, here's question 1 for you. Does National Signing Day matter as much as it used to?
No. It still matters, but
this is like the appetizer.
This to me now has become, signing day is kind of like the baseball draft. It'll matter eventually, but now the big signing day is, what does your portal look like?
Yeah,
your portal is what matters. Those are the guys that take you from good to great, from bad to good. The other ones, that's just the pipeline of talent that you hope to hold on to. Half these guys, you're not going to be able to. Half these guys after next year are going to transfer away because they didn't get what they were promised or didn't earn what they thought they could earn.
Right.
So you're looking for proven talent. The portal matters more, but no, this weekend still matters to alumni. It still matters to those that write the checks, because they want to see a bunch of stars and they want to be one of those teams that's listed in the top 10. The aspiration of number 1 to number 10, it's a beauty contest. But if you're in the top 10, you know that you have done your work. You've paid the right money. You've got in the right dudes. You got enough stars behind it, and your alumni get happy with that. That's when the checks get written. So it still matters, but talent acquisition, it's not as nearly as important as it was even 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's wild that that's now become the thing, but it's just not.
You know, when you talk to coaches like Traylor, and certainly there's some sour grapes given the situation he comes from, but there is some truth to it, that there are some guys that are 4 stars that suddenly when Alabama calls, they become a 5. That's why I look at the top 10 that's really more important than being the number 1 overall. Heck, I saw A&M bring in the number 1 class, and that didn't do any good. So, I mean, that doesn't matter, but reputation, I still think that this matters as far as national reputation. You know, what is your Q rating across the country? Are these young players accepting your call and letting you in the living room? That's the kind of thing that matters. But games are going to be won when that transfer junior quarterback shows up.
I'm going to read you a list of teams and their ranking in this season's recruiting cycle. And we're going to play a little game called One of These Things is Maybe a Little Bit Surprising. Number 130 this year, Sam Houston State. 131, Coastal Carolina. 132, Akron. 133, North Carolina Central. 134, Middle Tennessee State. 135, South Dakota State. 136, Harvard. 137, UAB. 138, New Mexico State. 139, North Texas. 140, North Dakota. Well, remember, North Texas just lost their coach. 141, Connecticut. 142, Penn State.
Ooh.
What? Huh? What?
Well,
yeah,
when you don't have a
did I just tell you
coach-
that Penn State's recruiting class is behind Harvard's? Yes, I did tell you that. Harvard has more commitments right now than Penn State. Penn State's total recruiting class, as it stands today, the day after National Signing Day, is 2 players. 2 players said, yep, I'll come play at Penn State.
There probably were preferred walk-ons and now got a scholar. Well, you know, that
How great is
used to that would be, well, that program's dead. I mean, for 5 years, this program is dead. Now, that doesn't matter. Just
get the
because
coach
what
in,
we were
you can
talking
buy
about.
everything,
Yeah,
sure.
Whoever shows up is going to bring probably 15 dudes from whatever school he was with. And that's a bargaining chip. It is.
Man, you better get it figured out in a hurry, Penn State. And apparently no one wants to go work there.
Yeah, BYU backed out yesterday, didn't he? Yep.
Man, I don't know who they're going to get. All right, we got 1 hour to go on a small Friday. Look at that. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at the Root Pub, 281 and Redland Road, because the Cowboys play the Detroit Lions. No better place to watch that than the Root Pub. We'll visit with Sean Merriman, former NFL player. We're talking about Dallas and Detroit. And is this Giannis rumor true? Could he be coming to San Antonio?
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Have an easy holiday only at Staples. Save on custom cards and custom wrapping paper, plus shipping supplies and services to get your packages delivered safely. Don't miss out on select laptops, up to 45% off. Visit staples.com for details. Staples, that was easy.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk and comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Been in a car wreck? Not sure what happens next? Thomas J. Henry knows, because Thomas J. Henry is one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. You deserve to get compensated for your injuries. You deserve a law firm that can take your case all the way to trial. You deserve justice. So don't settle for less than you deserve. Get Thomas J. Henry on your side. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we provide no-cost digital resources in place of textbooks and most courses. And that's not all. You'll receive your accredited online education at an affordable tuition with a choice from more than 135 degree and certificate programs. With online and hybrid courses, get everything you need to succeed again. Learn more at umgc.edu, certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few trouble spots. Let's start on the northeast side on 35. This is our heaviest delay right now. 35 southbound Thousand Oaks. Wreck in the right lane. Now an hour delay. 65 minutes. The backup starts at Evans. 1604 northbound approaching Braun Road. This wreck is causing a 25-minute delay, slow from Calabria. And 410 northbound Rigsby, accident, right lane. 10-12-minute delay has you stop and go from South W.W. White. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs won their second straight and now sit at 15-6 with a 114-112 victory over Orlando. De'Aaron Fox led the way with 31 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists, while Dylan Harper added 16, 5, and 5. They get busy again tomorrow night in Cleveland, taking on the Cavs. In the NFL, tonight the Cowboys play again, taking on the Lions in Detroit. Kickoff is set for 7:15. You can catch the Cowboys broadcast on 94.1. The Cowboys are going to be without left tackle Tyler Guyton and quarterback Trayvon Diggs, while Jadeveon Clowney and Malik Hooker are questionable for tonight's game. Speaking of the Cowboys, the results are in. The Chiefs' Thanksgiving Day game shattered viewership records with 57.23 million viewers, becoming the most watched regular season game in NFL history. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey now, 9:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 1 hour to go. What do you think's more important in the recruiting rankings? Are you more of a quality guy or quantity guy?
Quality. 5 stars matter. I mean,
to me too. USC has the number 1 class, but it's because they've got 35 commits, but they only got 1 5-star.
Well, if they filled gaps, I can see the ranking, but the difference maker amongst those that, if you're in the top 10, you probably got a lot of talent already sitting there. You don't. The top 10 is not a one-off. You're normally always in the top 10. So there's always talent there. Always. All those schools in the top 10 will bring in every 4-star that they want, for the most part. And if they can't get that guy, they get a guy look just like him. It's the 5 stars that make the difference. It's the 3-year NFL or bust dude, the dude that is headed to the league. I'm just gonna chisel around the edges and get him ready. Those are the guys that win national championships. Those are the guys that land at Ohio State and at Texas and Bama and Georgia. That's why they're always there.
Yeah. There were 32 5-stars available in this class.
I wonder what an average year looks like. I don't really follow.
It
sounds
really
about right. It sounds actually kind of low, to be honest with you.
But 32 of them, USC got 1. Oregon got 5.
See, I've never heard that before.
Give me that class instead. They only got 21 players, but 5 of them were 5-stars. I like that. They were one of, I want to say 8 schools that had more than 1 5-star. Oregon had 5. Notre Dame had 4. Alabama and Texas had 3. And then Tennessee, LSU, Michigan, and Texas Tech each had 2. And then A&M had, USC, Georgia, Ohio State, Miami, Washington, Vanderbilt, Maryland. A&M had 1, and then Houston had 1, a quarterback.
Big get for Houston. Yeah. That's a huge get.
But that means teams like Florida, Oklahoma, Clemson got 0 of those guys. Auburn, 0. So I don't know. I think that's more important to me is getting the top tier guys.
Some of those schools, it's more important. Others, it's not. If you're filling holes, and you're not going to get the 5-star if you don't know who your head coach is going to be. So some of those schools are immediately discounted when the recruiting period was going on because the coach was either imminent to be exited or was already interim. So they weren't going to get them no matter what. Having been on both sides of this, being the team like A&M who has gone, been 10th in the country and number 1 in the country, it matters for perception. It really does. This is a very important day because you wake up and you're a Florida fan, you go, oh, crap. And if you're being recruited by Florida and you haven't made your decision and you notice everybody else around you didn't go either, suddenly it hurts because there's still signing periods coming. There's still more opportunity. But now all the guys know, not by rumor and, innuendo from other recruiting services where everybody's going to go. Now we know. So the second wave will matter, and it's going to benefit those that already got, and it's going to hurt those that didn't.
Well, we've also seen a lot of these teams, like, for instance, Notre Dame, who I did mention has 4 5-stars, but Notre Dame in the last several years has, when they've had a hole, they've just gone out and paid to fill it. Like, it's particularly at quarterback. They've said, okay, well, who's the best senior transfer that's available? We'll give you a bunch of money. Come play here.
And that's where,
and it's a good recipe.
And that's where the world is going. And so this weekend mattered because it's reputation now. You've talked the young bucks onto the campus. Now go get the guys that have proven it to level this team off, and then we'll see what your football team looks like.
Yeah. But it is interesting. It's always interesting to gauge how these things are judged. I'm a big believer in just give me the best players. I don't need a bunch of okay players.
Well, who are the best players? Are they the ones that Alabama talks to? The ones that Alabama says are really good? Or are they?
Yep, probably. Typically, here's what I believe. If Alabama wants you, if Texas wants you, if Texas A&M wants you, if Notre Dame wants you, you're probably pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, chances are good.
99 out of 100, you're right. But I have been involved in situations where I knew a kid was not that good, and everybody else knew he was, but a coach from a big school happened to go walk and talk to him. And then other coaches are standing around going, well, what do they know that I don't know?
Yeah.
And then suddenly this kid gets hot, and you go, he's not what you guys think he is. You don't want to degrade a kid, but I've seen that kind of thing catch fire. And it's not good for anybody. The school's never happy. The kid's not going to be happy because he's not as good as they think he is. And he ends up someplace else faster than anything, all because somebody thought somebody else knew something they didn't know. And I think probably 99 times out of 10, you're right. They are that good. But there is that one that it's bad for everybody.
But I also remember the quarterbacks that, just as an example, that Texas decided, you're not for us. I remember they weren't interested in Patrick Mahomes or Johnny Manziel. They wanted RG3 to play safety. They told Andrew Luck, I don't think so. While generally my thought is if these big schools want you, usually there's a reason why. Doesn't mean that there's lots of guys that the big schools look at and go, man, this guy isn't going to work, and then it turns out they're pretty good.
Yeah, pretty much everyone number one pick is that guy, not the one that was 5-star, went there first, starred all the way through, and was an automatic number one overall. Normally it's the guy that got looked over, had something to fight for.
Yeah. Although, Matt Stafford's an example of that all the way through. Like everybody knew in high school this was the best guy in the country, and then he continued to be the best guy in the country, and then he was the number one pick, and then now he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
When you have 10 of those, one of them is going to be right.
Yeah, yeah. It's rare. All right. Where else do we want to? We're going to have Dr. Jason Garrett coming up in the next segment, and normally that segment is saved for us to talk about what's going on in the world outside of sports. I did want to talk to you though, so we'll do some of that now, I guess, and then we'll talk the injury stuff on the other side with the doc. I started watching a movie last night, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, All the Battles, or
All at Once or something like that.
I don't even know. This is me watching movies. I've got no idea what this is called, but it's pretty good. And I wasn't. I saw the commercials for it, and I was like, on the One Battle After Another is what it's called. I don't know where I've watched half of it so far because, first of all, it's a 3-hour movie. But so far, it's really good. And it's really it's relevant right now because a lot of it's about like revolution, and the movie starts off with him breaking people out of like a border town detention camp. But it's way more deep than all that. My problem with it is I can't figure out if this is if it's a full-on serious movie or if it's supposed to be kind of funny. Like Benicio del Toro's in it, and his character's kind of funny. I don't know if it's on purpose or not. So I'm struggling to figure out what the genre of this movie is exactly.
The film One Battle After Another is described as having both tragic and farcical elements, often blending the two to create a unique political thriller. Critics note the portrayals of corruption and resistance sometimes border on the absurd, while the underlying themes of oppression and recurring conflict are serious. So
Okay.
I think you just described.
What I do know is there is chaos throughout the movie. Have you seen any of this yet?
I've watched. You told me what they were about to do. I've watched the first 5 minutes and realized, hey, this movie looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And I turned it off to wait for my wife to watch, and they were all kind of like arming up to go do something. I didn't know what they were about to do, this rebel group. So, no, I haven't seen very much of it. But rating the reviews after that, I think people are worried that there's no point to the movie. But the movie itself is pretty good. But you walk out going, why did we just watch 3 hours of this?
Yeah, but also, Leo DiCaprio very rarely misses.
It's going to be a good movie, but
Yeah.
I think the point was you walk out with no lingering thought other than I was entertained for a couple of hours, but there's nothing to think about when I leave.
Quite frankly, that's good with me.
Well,
that's me. Is I love horror movies. I like comedy movies. I like action movies. I'm for that.
But if
I don't
you're going
need
to be a
think.
movie critic, you have to justify your job.
Right.
There's
I'm not
gotta
a
be
movie critic,
deeper
though.
story.
I'm just a movie watcher, and I'm okay with that.
I laughed, I cried, it became a part of me. That's what I want to be able to say.
I'm not going to cry about this movie. I can tell you that. I'm not going to. I haven't laughed out out loud. I haven't cried, but I do think it's going to be pretty funny.
It says the mixing of
pretty
tragedy
good.
is intentional, serving as a way to highlight the ridiculousness of real-world conflicts while still emphasizing the serious consequences of your actions.
Oh,
See,
okay.
There's deeper stuff going on all around you, man. You just got to see the Matrix.
That's not me. I'm a very shallow person.
I got a pill for you.
I am later on this month. I'm headed up to Seattle, Washington. I'm gonna
grow some fish.
Yeah, I'm gonna go spend my Christmas up there in the Great Northwest, and I'm a little worried because of a story I just read. Like, what do you do when you have a fender bender? What's the appropriate thing to do?
Well, my brother, the attorney, would say the first thing you would do is pull over and exchange information, call the police, take pictures, and never agree to anything.
Okay.
Until you've spoken with your representative attorney.
Now, what do you do if you get out and you think it's his fault and he thinks it's your fault and you guys start arguing?
Whoever punches the other guy first wins.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm. It's Texas.
Well, in Seattle, the two drivers got out and began arguing. One of them was a 44-year-old woman. She decided in the middle of this argument, I'm going back to my car. I'm done with this. Well, the male driver walked up to her car and, tried to continue the argument, and she stabbed him in the neck.
Which is probably the right response.
Yeah. He stumbled around the street before being able to flag down an ambulance. He was then taken to a hospital with potentially life-threatening injuries. She stayed at the scene, was arrested without incident, and booked into jail for investigation of assault. I don't think that's the best way to solve a fender bender, though. Neck stabbing seems like maybe we've crossed a line.
Well, yeah, because now you just have another charge to deal with. It won't affect what actually happened.
That's
now
true.
You got an assault charge to go along with it, whether it was his fault or not.
Or attempted murder.
Oh, yeah.
But also maybe don't walk up to somebody's car and try to continue an argument when they try to walk away from it.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. That's why you should just sit and wait for the cops, avoid the contact.
That's usually
Or be the first one to punch and win in Texas.
Well,
I'm not a lawyer.
All right. Let's take our break. I realize we're up against it. Now we got to get on Dr. Jason Garrett. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. I will be playing Underdog tonight. I've already told you I think Dak is a great play as a hire on rushing yards, just because of the type of defense that the Lions play. I think that CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, either one of them could have a great game catching the ball. We'll talk about the stats later on in the show, what the guesses were for the stat is right. But I think there's a lot of ways to get at this game tonight, and I'm going to be all over them on Underdog. If you think the Cowboys are going to struggle, you think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have a day, go higher on his yards. Either way, football season, there's no better way to play than with Underdog. And it's so easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats, rushing yards, touchdowns, receptions, whatever it is. You get them right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And it's not just football. They've got basketball, UFC coming up this weekend. There's something for everybody. Just check it out. Download the app today. Sign up with my promo code ALAMO. That's ALAMO to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and heads up along 35 northeast side of town, southbound 35 at Evans. This wreck in the right lane causing a 40-minute delay. That backup starts at Fisher. You can take Lookout, Wurzbach Parkway, Nacogdoches. Those are good alternate routes. And we've also got a wreck at 35 southbound Thousand Oaks, right lane blocked as well. 281 southbound at Bassey, new accident, right lane, has you stop and go from airport. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Thursday night at 7:15. The Cowboys are in the Motor City, taking on the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The John
John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Bobo, how many affiliates do we have?
66.
Do you think that's right, or are you guessing? He's guessing.
When we pick them up, we move them, we drop them,
They drop us. But we normally get kicked off. When we have a problem with the station, it's the first day.
We don't always get our show canceled, but when we do, it happens pretty quick.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive Insurance, you can keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today. That's careers.progressive.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
An accident or injury can derail your life in an instant, leaving you struggling to pay for medical bills and daily expenses. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe every Texan deserves justice, no matter their financial situation. That's why we offer our no-win, no-fee promise. You don't pay us unless we win your case. We know how difficult recovering from an accident can be. Let us handle your case while you focus on getting better. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, you'll find everything you need. More than 135 degree and certificate programs, online and hybrid courses, dedicated success coaches, and more from a top military and veteran trusted university for over 75 years. Classes start soon. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's Dallas at Detroit, Thursday night football, and the best place to watch the game is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road.
Pre-game with the Blitz live from the Roo Pub from 2 to 6, and stick around to watch the game and show up hungry. You know the food is fantastic.
It's Thursday night, Dallas against Detroit. Start your weekend early with the Blitz live at the Roo Pub from 2 to 6.
Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. See you Thursday at the Roo.
George gets justice. The holidays should bring warmth and family together, not an unexpected trip to the hospital after being hit by a careless driver. If this happens this holiday season, you need to get George. George Salinas Injury Lawyers handle everything, so you can focus on what really matters, being with the people you love. And remember, you only pay if they win. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Get
Uh-oh. We got bumped.
Yep. The doc. He's kind of a muckety-muck. He's important.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's a suit.
Well,
in a meeting.
He's
in
like,
an
yeah,
annual meeting.
I've got a big meeting. I can't play with you guys on the radio right now.
Shareholders and whatnot.
Okay, well, I guess. Then we'll look at this. The Penn State Emergency Coaching Search Committee.
Can you imagine they have come to the point where they have an emergency? I mean, they didn't already have what is this, like the super double secret important emergency crew?
Yeah.
More than the other emergency crew that they had to hire mid-season?
Think about this. Penn State fired James Franklin in October. The early signing period started yesterday. And all Power 4 schools that had made a change all knew who their head coach was going to be next year.
Yep.
Except for Penn State. And Kalani Sitake this week has decided he would rather stay at BYU than Penn State. That was after Kurt Cignetti decided to stay at Indiana.
Elko.
Elko. Matt Rule decided to stay at Nebraska.
He got a lot of guys some money.
Bob Chesney decided to go to UCLA instead of, UCLA, imagine telling a football coach, hey, man, you're going to have a choice between UCLA and Penn State, and going, I think UCLA's it.
Well, if you're a coach and take away Franklin's record in games and all, but if he does what you do, but by the grace of God, you could have been there, and you got fired less than 3 weeks from being number 2 in the country.
Yeah.
3 weeks from being number 2 in the country and having one turnover and losing one game, you are out on your ass.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to go work there, all the things that keep me there are going to be the first thing we talk about. Buyouts and long-term deals and all the stuff ADs hate talking about. That's the first thing we got to deal with. And if we can't get past that, we're not even going to begin discussing plans and coaching.
Here is the list of candidates they say are still available or should be available to Penn State. And you tell me if any of these ring your bell. One is Terry Smith. He is the interim coach right now at Penn State. He's there. The program seems to back him.
How many recruits did he bring in?
Well, 0, because they haven't, or I guess 1, but they haven't told him that he's got the job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's a deep swimming pool. Don't jump in that water, young man.
Number 2 is a guy who 5 years ago, people would have said, this is a great hire. And I was always kind of like, really? You sure?
Well, so this is going to be outside of the box kind of hire.
Matt Campbell from Iowa State. Remember when Matt Campbell was the hot young coach?
Yeah, he does more with less.
Matt Campbell is a good coach for Iowa State.
Because he has less, yeah. But there's a difference coaching talent every week. And expected to go get that talent, too.
Yeah. He's also, but he's from Ohio, which is obviously regionally, it matters.
I can't imagine why he wouldn't be interested in that job.
I'm sure he would be. I mean, this is the dude who the Lions and the Jets interviewed this guy to be their coach.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's been a while, but still.
Still.
This one is certainly outside the box, but I think of the guys on this list is the best option. Kalen DeBoer.
There's no way. They don't have enough money.
I don't think money's the issue, first of all.
Well, the buyout and then the contract, we're getting into realms that even major schools are going to, this is money. You're taking somebody from Bama.
I get it, but also think about what life for Kalen DeBoer is like at Bama. You're the guy after the guy.
Yeah.
And it ain't fun. Like, you remember they lost to
still
Florida.
Bama, though.
I know. They lost to Florida State, and people wanted him to get fired.
And Vanderbilt the year before. Yeah.
The expectations aren't like that at Penn State. They're not like.
But that's a step down. You take the Penn State job after you get fired from Alabama. You don't leave Alabama for Penn State.
Okay.
I'm serious. They're going to have to think like.
What if Alabama doesn't get in the playoff?
Well, I think they are, but if they didn't, then I think that we'd have a discussion. Because I think then at that point,
Bama
his seat's
so hot.
Yeah, then a Bama alumni might be willing to say goodbye. So I will agree that if that were the case, but I think that would be the equivalent to hell freezing over. But if that did happen, I could see Bama guys going, yeah, okay, we'll talk. But the buyout won't be nearly as bad. We'll let you go with a firm handshake. I think that the Penn State's going to have to go the route of North Carolina, of Arizona State. They're going to have to go do something crazy and go hire a former NFL coach just as a Band-Aid, like Daboll or some coach that has some it didn't work for Boston College, but they're going to let him stay for one more year.
Bill O'Brien.
I mean, I think,
in your mind, Jim O'Brien.
Yeah, Jim. I almost said Jim. I do think that's where they're going to end up. I do. They're going to have to find an old pro coach as kind of a Band-Aid that if it fails, it was kind of a worthy effort. And not go get some kind of middling coach that is going to be so over his head in straits that he's never been in that I don't see any success.
What about Jeff Brom from Louisville?
That wouldn't be a bad one because I think he's in charge of a program right now it's mid-level, but he's been there.
But it's his alma mater. It's his hometown.
I didn't know all that, but
yeah.
Just on his resume from Louisville, that's a progressive step. I can see that. That's a step up. So
it's also a basketball first school.
Yeah, so he could be a football school. So I can see that, but there's not many coaches that are going to be willing to leave a program like Louisville for the snake pit that it appears Penn State is.
Yeah. How about this one? Bob Chesney, who is currently at James Madison, expected to be the UCLA head coach, but this article's saying if you're Chesney, you should understand that Penn State was locked in on Satake, who was a successful Power 4 coach and was keeping you warm in the bullpen. So if you're Penn State, you should get it. Chesney couldn't just wait around forever and was pressed by UCLA. And now it's a possibility for both sides to make it right. Chesney would have been a good fit for Penn State. It would have been a good hire. And obviously, Penn State's a much better job than UCLA. The question is, has he signed? And if he hasn't dotted the I's and crossed the T's, this would be a pretty good.
You're saying there's a chance they're flying out to L.A. to intercept him before.
Can you imagine how pissed UCLA would be? Also,
they'd have to fire or hire a offensive coordinator that looks like 17-year-old kid.
Now it would also. Even if there's money involved, it seems like it'd be worth it. You're Penn State.
I'm a believer in karma when it comes to these things. I'm a believer in how a coach arrives at your school kind of matters. And when you see deceit and like when Kelly signed with LSU, remember he was talking up Notre Dame. When Michigan,
Notre Dame, they're a good program, but I'm just happy to be here in Louisiana.
And then remember the Michigan State coach that left Colorado and was actually at a recruiting dinner for Colorado.
Yes, yeah.
And it didn't. I remember when the Aggies and Francione, it never ends well if you go steal something. It just seems like there's a negative. If you start negative with ill-gotten gains, it just doesn't seem to pan out. And if you're waiting at the airport to intercept Chesney, I think you probably should let Chesney go to UCLA.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It just seems kind of negative to me. But I will say this. I would have never given any credence to a guy that's coming out of James Madison being successful in a major Big Ten school. But after Cignetti, he might be the guy. I don't know.
Right. Last one on this list, Jeff Monken from Army. Is it too big of a step up?
He has been successful everywhere he's been.
Army was a disaster of a program before he got there. He's been there since 2014. He's 88-62 at Army, which is, if you knew Army before this, it was that would have been incredible. you can't run the option at Penn State, though.
No.
You got to get away from that.
I just don't think that – I think the X's and O's wouldn't be a problem. I don't. I think he could call a game, coach a game with anybody in the Big Ten. It's the recruiting side of things that's some murky water, and you didn't have to deal with that for the last 10 years. You got guys who are knocking on the door begging to come play for you, not you asking them. They're begging you. Penn State's a whole different world.
But you're also going to get a lot better players than you've ever had.
I mean, but you're going to have to convince a 4-star player that you're not going to run a 3-star option offense that's going to highlight. You know what I mean?
So he interviewed last year for West Virginia and North Carolina, and he was like, at the time, he was saying, I'm going to hire offensive coordinators and guys who are running like big boy offenses.
He would. I have no doubt.
I think he runs the offense that he runs now because that's what his talent allows him to run. But like you talk about a leader of men, it's hard to find a better one.
I just get the sense that Penn State's at this point where Nebraska was when Osborne finally retired. That if we take a wrong turn here, we could disappear for 2 decades. We could literally fall off the map for 25 years. I mean, I know it's easier to turn a program around now with a little bit of money and a little bit of fire, but Penn State could easily go the way of the dodo bird. Like you mattered back when, but now the world has changed to the extent that you got left behind, and this could happen.
Well, I mean, Nebraska's won a title more recently than Penn State.
Well, but think about what Nebraska was, and then suddenly click, gone, and Penn State could easily disappear. Like they could easily be the realm of Purdue and Iowa and be down there with just your average Big Ten team that wins 6 games and goes to a sunny bowl game so they can treat their alumni. That's not where Penn State wants to be.
By the way, I want to do one more quick college football thing before we move on to the daily lines. Who's going to win the Heisman?
I think Vanderbilt. I think Pavia is going to end up getting it by
you think so?
Reputation. Unless somebody separates, like Alabama quarterback has a hell of a game, he'll win it. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think he's kind of down in the I really think it's down to because Jeremiah Love getting hurt, I think pretty much eliminates him. I think it's either Julian Sayin,
it could be him,
Diego Pavia, or Fernando Mendoza, and maybe it's whoever wins that game this weekend. I don't think Sayin is there yet. There's just too much talent,
so much around him. But either one of the other kids, I'd be perfectly happy. It'd be a great story, both of them.
I'd like to see Ty Simpson get more love. I don't know why he doesn't.
Again, it's Bama.
Yeah. But I mean, typically that gets you more Greg McElroy sitting there, and it's
true
like,
that.
You know
true
what I mean?
That. But I think this year more than ever, it's been kind of a team, and Preston. Oh, there we go again.
There it is. I was wondering what the name was. Ty Simpson.
Simpson, I think next year is going to be an odds-on just because.
If he's not in the
NFL, if he
doesn't
go. But I don't think he's separated himself this year.
Yeah, that's wild that there's no real guy that we're like, oh yeah, this guy's for sure going to be the Heisman.
No, and that's why I think it'll be Pavia just because 2 years worth of this,
There's whoever it is going to be a Heisman that we go, okay, remember when that guy was a Heisman?
Could be. Yeah.
That was fun, I guess. Like, I don't think he's going to be like memorable.
Player. Great college player.
Yeah.
One of those guys.
Yep. All right, let's take a break. We'll do our last break of the day, and we'll take a look at the daily lines on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How's your water? Have you thought about your water? Let me tell you, if you have, you probably got a problem. If you had to sit back and think, man, this water leaving all kinds of powder on my dishes, and this water, when it dries and it leaves all this dust, and I'm feeling it on my skin, and my whites just don't stay white very long, and what's all this stuff at the bottom of the dog bowl? If you've thought about your water, you might need to go a little bit deeper. And the place you need to think about, is Connecticut. I've been a Connecticut customer for as long as I remember. 3 different places around San Antonio I've lived with a Connecticut, and I don't know what life is like without it. I've never had to worry about the things I just brought up. And one added thing, I never had to worry about the power my water treatment system is sucking, because you don't even plug in a Connecticut water softener. It's science. It works off kinetic energy. What I can tell you is this, that ever since I've had a Connecticut in every home I've lived in, I've never had to replace a single appliance because of that gunk that builds up that I've been told is awful. I've never seen that white powder on my dishes. I've never had to deal with whites turning gray and my hair turning dry. No, that's what Connecticut has done for me, and it has eliminated my need to buy water bottles. See, I bought a reverse osmosis drinking station on that several years ago. It was a wonderful thing to have. I highly recommend it. Guess what? If you'll buy a Connecticut treatment system today, they're going to throw one in free. Here's the number you need. It's 656-PURE. Call them today. They'd love to prove it to you. They'll come out and put a Connecticut treatment system in your home if you're already plumbed for it for 90 days. They'll prove it to you. And when you decide to buy, you got great financing available to you, money in your old water softener, and, like I said, the reverse osmosis drinking station. Call them today and find out what I know. 656-PURE is the number. You need more details? I would. Go to ConnecticutSA.com. Listen close. Go get yourself the very best. Heck, you deserve it. Get a Connecticut, and I know you're going to thank me later.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
So obviously this is not YouTube in our studio, right, Pledge? This is some other service here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Connected to my...
Because we have ESPN. Okay.
My cable.
I want to hear about your cable, Pledge. Not during working hours.
You want to hear about it after? Wow.
The package is bigger than you think.
Yeah, well.
You bundled it?
Wow, you guys. It's Monday. It's not even Friday yet. You guys are already in the gutter.
What do you mean? What do you think we're talking about?
Packages and length. And
we're talking about bundle services and all our different cable subscriptions that we have to have.
Nobody mentioned length, Joe. Where are you going?
I have FOMO.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/play.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are part of healthcare sharing now because it just makes so much sense right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline's December 15th. Call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The PorkRinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang!
It's
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's go!
Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey now, 9:42 on the Morning Huddle. For those not in the know, Cowboys play tonight.
They do?
Yeah, they do. The Cowboys play the Detroit Lions tonight.
On just over-the-air program?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, I got to
but
stream it.
You know where else you can watch it? The Roo Pub.
That's where the boys will be.
That's right. The Roo Pub. Jason and Joe will be there starting at 2 o'clock. Go say hi to them. I saw someone in the chat asking if Kitty Big Balls would be there. No, Kitty Big Balls stays here.
Travel. She stays here.
It's been a long road. It's been
she.
a long road for Kitty, and he doesn't like to get out in the public anymore. Last time he went out, he was eaten by a coyote, and he hates when that happens. So no, he'll be here, but Jason and Joe will be out at the Roo Pub up there, Redland Road and 281. A great place to watch the game. So get out there and see the boys on the Blitz. They'll be there today.
Boy, it's going to be a lot of tired people tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I get the sense this is going to be won't be decided till maybe the last team with the ball.
I think you're right. I think you're right. All right, let's get into it then. Let's take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Quick look at the Heisman Trophy odds. I pulled them up during the break. Your favorite, plus 160, Fernando Mendoza.
It'd be a great story. I'm in.
Second favorite, plus 180, Diego Pavia.
Great story. I'm in.
2-1, Julian Sayin.
No, not ready yet.
40-1, Jeremiah Love.
Be a great story, not a quarterback, but
they're down to 3. They're 40-1, and Jeremiah Smith 200-1, Ty Simpson, Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech, and Gunnar Stockton of Georgia, all at 300-1.
Now, there's no way Simpson can have a 400-yard, 5 touchdown passes and catapult himself into the lead because he's
I bet
the
he
only one that
could. Statistically, he's in that conversation, but they've got 2 losses. I mean, I guess Pavia's got 2 losses too. I don't know why they're not looking at Ty Simpson, really. I don't get it. I think he's very good. I think he's had a phenomenal year, but I don't know.
I love the idea of Mendoza, the backstory. I like the Pavia Lifetime Achievement Award.
A guy from Indiana or Vanderbilt winning the Heisman sounds cool to me.
It matters. It's going to change that school. It helps for long term. You got a Heisman winner, that matters.
All right, the line tonight, the Dallas Cowboys are pretty much a solid 3-point underdog at Detroit. Total pretty locked in at 54.5.
That's kind of low to me.
I like the boys plus 3, and I like under 54.5.
You like under?
I do like under. Yeah, I think this is a low scoring game. I mentioned already on Daily Fantasy. I like the receivers for the Cowboys to have higher. By the way, what are the guesses on the stat is right, Edwin?
You want me to say the name and the?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they're all guessed now, so it doesn't matter.
Out there.
Antonio Gallon, 12 catches is his guess. Henry Gallegos, 9 catches.
It went low.
Joseph Gonzalez, 14 catches. David Garcia, 15. And our other winner today, Gilbert Padilla, 13 catches.
So 13, 14, 15, probably the sweet spot.
And 12. So we had
12.
that sucks for 13 and 14. Yeah. You guys have to land on the dot.
I like a little. It might be 15, 16. It might be.
I mean, the 14 has got. You're in a good. I think the high and the low are in good spots again. 14 and 9 probably sitting in pretty good spots. Otherwise, you got to land damn near right on the number.
So DFS has receptions at CD at 6, and Pickens at 5.5. So that would be the more or less.
Okay, so
about
I mean,
11.5.
It sounds around 11.5, 12.
So they came in a little lower than I would have thought, to be honest.
Okay. Well, we shall see. I like Dak in DFS tonight with his legs. Give me Dak to score a touchdown, which you can get plus 750 if you are a betting man. I'm sure he'll juice up a play on your DFS as well. But I'd also maybe play rush attempts higher for Dak today.
Rush receiving combo. No, that's not what I'm looking for. They don't have Dak on the board for this.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's intriguing. Because I just think the Lions defense is going to leave some open running lanes for Dak today. So I think the opportunities are going to be there. So might as well take advantage of them. Let's see. Rush attempts 2.5 I see here. I like that. I like him to have more than 2.5 rush attempts.
What about 274.5 for more or less?
That's a big number. I'll go lower than that.
Can you reasonably expect, because of that low number, would you bring down the totals for the wide receivers?
There's receptions and yards. You know what I mean? I think there's going to be – I think Dak, because he's without his left tackle, there's going to be a bunch of short catches. I think there's a lot of dump-offs. I think receptions I like, or completions I like for Dak. Yards I don't. So that's probably the way I'm looking at it. I think Aiden Hutchinson is going to be in the backfield. So I'd also look at Aiden Hutchinson to have over – I'm guessing it's a half a sack. I'm not sure, but if you can get higher than a half a sack, that's probably the way I would look. I think that there's something to him just getting the ball out as quickly as possible tonight and trying to avoid getting his brains beat in. Yeah, higher than a half sack for Aiden Hutchinson available on my DFS as well. There's a couple other games this week that are really important to the standings in the NFL and teams who are trying to make the playoffs or still believe they've got a chance to make the playoffs. The Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. The Bengals are 5.5-point dogs in Buffalo. Seems like a big number with Joe Burrow back. The Steelers-Ravens, a matchup for first place in the AFC North.
Here we go.
Ravens are 6-point favorites. Total's 42.5. I like the under in that game, first of all. And I probably like the underdog. I probably like the Steelers. I think generally, historically speaking, the underdog and the under are the ways to look in this game. These are usually very tight games. And then when you factor in season weather.
And weather, I was going to say, going to play a role in a lot of games this weekend.
First place AFC South matchup, Colts and the Jags. Colts minus 1.5 at Jacksonville. You trust the Colts as road favorites now?
Not anymore.
It's hard to trust them right now. It's a lot different story all of a sudden. Let's see who. Oh, the Bears-Packers, NFC North, top of the NFC North. Packers 6.5-point favorites hosting the Bears. Everybody believes at least Vegas believes the Bears are phony. They're with me.
I am about to be convinced the other direction.
Okay.
I'm almost there. It's been a long road. I still don't trust Caleb. But this team, there's something about them. They win football games.
The Texans, who are trying to – this is almost a playoff game. Texans at the Chiefs. Chiefs 3.5-point home favorites.
I don't get it against the defense they're about to go against. That Texans defense, week after week, it don't matter who, where, or how, will shut you down.
I like under 41.5.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think the Texans have a hard time moving the ball as well.
I don't know about what they can do offensively, but you're not going to score on Houston.
And then the Eagles at the Chargers. Looks like Justin Herbert, they're thinking he's going to play.
He didn't practice yesterday.
They're saying he's trending towards playing. Man, if he plays, I love the Chargers plus 3.
They're playing possum here? I can't. This dude's he's still bleeding from the wound. I mean, they're gonna.
It says non-throwing hand, big deal.
I'd put a club on it.
Aaron Rodgers had a broken wrist. He played. He's
got him.
800 years old.
Hey, as a Cowboy fan, I want him to play. I want him to
Damn
play.
Right you do.
I want him to beat the Eagles.
You want him to have success. NBA today. The Celtics are at the Wizards. Celtics minus 10.5. The Warriors are plus 2.5 at the Sixers tonight.
First of all, the Wizards won a game last night.
They did. It's a rare thing.
I'm not saying they'll win, but
they're alive. But yeah, back to back. You think they're going to give good efforts?
Hey man,
Come
they
on.
just got to get close. That's all that matters.
They don't want to ruin their draft stock. Lakers at the Raptors. What do you think the line is on that game?
Lakers at the Raptors. Lakers in 3.
How about Raptors minus 2.5?
Somebody's hurt.
Sounds that way, doesn't it? I'd have to do some research on that. Jazz are at the Brooklyn Nets. Jazz minus 4.5. Timberwolves laying 11.5 at the Pelicans.
Well,
That is a huge number. The Zionless Pelicans, obviously. And numbers out for – oh, no, it's not out for tomorrow. I was hoping we were going to have a number for tomorrow. Damn it. For the Spurs tomorrow. But we do have the number for that their matchup, their cup matchup against the Lakers. Lakers minus 3.5.
I can't believe they're putting numbers out for a week for a Wednesday game.
I mean, that's
for the Emirates Cup
because
numbers.
It matters now. Everyone knows it matters.
Money to be made in this Emirates Cup.
There's a lot of cash on the line.
Futures on the Emirates.
That's right. That is right. In college hoops tonight, there is no action in the top 25.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean there is some action, but none in the top 25.
I guess the SEC, ACC.
That thing wrapped up. There are. It's mostly mid-level. I should say, low major West Coast basketball being played tonight. Like Long Beach State at UC Santa Barbara. UC Santa Barbara is really good. If you haven't seen them play yet, they're actually pretty legit. They're 12.5-point favorites. So careful diving into the pool there. Maybe a sneaky decent game. Cal State Fullerton and Cal Poly tonight.
I know.
Fullerton a 1.5
Sounds
point
like
favorite.
A backyard brawl to me.
And UC Davis catching an 8.5 on the island in Hawaii.
What was the final in the Texas game last night? It wasn't pretty when I turned it on.
No, it was not a fun game to watch.
When was the last time? It was 20 points. I don't remember seeing a Sean Miller team down by 20 anywhere.
They're struggling right now. As they sit at 6-3, they lost last night. 88-69 was the final.
Closer than I thought it was going to be. It was still 20 points. Yikes.
Nice. Yeah, that is their third loss of the season. That is their worst loss of the season. I'm not sure what to think of them.
I didn't pay any attention. I was just passing through and I saw the score and thought, yikes, problem.
And a week from tomorrow, they're at UConn. Better get it together quick if you're going to
there's a lot of Northeast
you're gonna
coaches
hang there.
Gonna enjoy whooping Sean Miller's ass a couple of times before he gets his team underneath him.
And then, good Lord, I look at the SEC is just a murderer's row. I'm looking at Texas' schedule right now, and I was like, look at this run of teams. At Tennessee, at Alabama, home Vanderbilt, home Texas A&M, at Kentucky. That's 5 games in a row.
All top 25 caliber team. Well,
at
A&M's
Auburn.
not, but and then Auburn. And the sad thing is now we're throwing in Arkansas. Arkansas's
Arkansas's good.
So
they blew out Louisville last. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, this Arkansas team, they're kind of frauds. They beat Louisville's ass. First loss Louisville's had all year.
What's this kid's name? Darius Acuff?
Acuff, yep. Baller. And we were right yesterday. Iowa State, they did cover a close 132-68 win over Alcorn State. Got the job done.
At least they got new unis.
Well, that's their thing. They're 1-9. They've played one home game.
Can you imagine? You're now roadkill.
9 consecutive road games against Power 4 competition. I guess in the college basketball's Power 5.
You're praying for conference.
And you're just getting blown out every week, every game. It happens. All right, remember, guys, Roo Pub tonight. If you want to watch that Cowboys game, you can listen to that Cowboys game here on our station on 94.1. The place, your home, San Antonio's home. Central Texas, South Central Texas is home for the Dallas Cowboys. San Antonio Sports Star. For Rob and for Edwin, we'll do it all over again tomorrow. Oh, sorry, for Kitty Big Balls too. I'm AJ. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.